What's up, my dudes and dudettes, to Arcane Focus D&D. I'm your crunk dungeon master. And joined with me are my rave finding mall employees. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm joined by my bodacious co-player, Amber.
Hey.
Who you can find here in
Big
Arcane
yikes on
Focus
that
D&D. The radical Crash Pixie. Crash, why don't you go ahead and tell people where they can find you?
I'm Crash Pixie Pottery on most everywhere these days, but dragonflyartwork.com is my website where you can find all the socials and all the updates there.
And our home skillets, Asteria, Wit, and Como. Welcome, everyone. Where can people find you guys?
You check us out at Roll for Impact on YouTube.
Love it.
As well as the strangerpod.com, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is part 2 of Tasha's Mall of Everything, so if you feel a bit lost when watching this part of the story, yeah, it's kind of how episodic stories work when you jump right in the middle. Like, what total scrubs you guys are? Like, what if? And talk to the hand. My bad, viewers. Don't worry about it. You're all fly and all that. So I just threw up in my mouth. We're all good now.
But we'll find a way to give you the 411 as we go.
Thank you. Taking that off my shoulders. This is a pre-recorded stream for those who are watching this on Twitch. We have things called toddler breaks. So if you see a clear cut, that's what it is. We're cutting. It's all edited. Welcome to the show. With that all said and done, are you guys ready for, I guess, a bit of a recap and sort of a reintroduction into the mall?
Yes.
Yeah. A warm gust of summer crests across the citizens of Bright Falls, a quaint little town with boring people, boring schools, but perhaps a little less boring shopping mall. Welcome back to Tasha's Mall of Everything, a 2-story blue and pink neon lit beacon of a building where some wild happenings occurred. Only a few weeks ago did a wild rager occur with sugary drinks, leftover fast food, music, dance, games of fun and skill, as well as some chance of money, parking lot fights, but more importantly, only to a select few, our employees here, did a wild discovery occur. You all found a hidden in an unused theater, a adult-only rave with your mall managers, teachers, and some of your parents. Talks were had. Deals were made. Blackmail, more accurately. Well, let's not hang on to semantics. During the days that followed that third grand reopening, some of you all got some hush magic items to keep the pictures that you've taken secret. However, as weeks passed, whatever non-physical and non-purchased benefits that you gained were slowly retracted, as it was soon discovered that the film used in the disposable cameras were expired. So, the adults in your lives can't take back the items, but the raises, the automatic A's, slowly they started to revert back. They're not automatically punishing you, because you still have the foreknowledge of what occurred. But life did slowly return to normalcy. It was fun while it lasted, and, besides, you guys made some pretty good friends along the way, too. The sun currently cresting over the horizon of the parking lot, as it's now currently painted with orange and blues. It's summer break right now, and you've all been asked to work the morning shift. As you stepped out of your rides, whether that you drove yourself, took the bus, public transportation, or maybe an adult dropped you off, all 5 of you get out of your cars, starting to head to the entrance of Tasha's Mall, and in the parking lot, you see no longer a kitten, but a small tabby cat currently playing chasing a butterfly in the morning light. Good old Officer Candy. And then you see another, and then another, and then another. And the playful sight of these felines is cute, does leave you in a slightly saddened state. Ernie, the orc security guard, the mall's gentle giant, has been missing ever since the third grand reopening. At first, it was assumed that he was sick. A few days missing, sort of a quick assumption. But after a few days, people started to talk.
Oh.
Reports were made, and after checking out his home, found that he never returned from the mall. Never returned home. During the weeks that followed, a few things have changed. A few coworkers have switched shops, and a few new faces have joined the team. Also, to ensure that this run, this third grand reopening, is better than the last two, Tasha's have teamed up with a local company called Razzle and Tazzle. They've been encouraging customers to sign people up for the new credit card that comes with punch stamps and promo codes and things like that. You can get discounts. So they've been heavily encouraging employees to sign up people to the new credit card. It's got point systems and things like that. As you walk in through one of the entrances here of Tasha's mall, you can see a bunch of managers currently stepping out into the hallways, encouraging a lot of the employees and sort of corralling them into the food court. You can hear several managers go, there's going to be a morning announcement from Tasha herself. So everyone, make your way to the food court. There's going to be some donuts there, some breakfast if you haven't eaten already, coffee, some juice. So, you don't need to open right now. We just need to have people in the food court. As you step into the food court, let's re-meet our characters. Yapatus, could you please describe your character?
Hello. Yabaras is a tall lizard folk, very lanky, about 7 feet tall. They're covered head to toe in white scales. They have a little bit of horn going on. They also have a crest of feathers going the back of their spine to the tail. They are working at the Klondike Express, unless they have been switched.
No, you guys, your coworkers have, some coworkers have switched, not you guys.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So,
Yeah.
well, my coworker used to be Sky. I do not know if he has moved on. And my boss was, I believe, Evelyn.
Mhm.
Evelyn Bailey.
You see a large table with donuts and like those little like styrofoam bowls with like a little bit of like milk on the side with some cereal, as well as coffee and other things like that. Where do you go to first?
I'll grab a donut.
Wonderful. Grabbing a donut. There's numerous seats here that you can take as well. Following right behind you, Chance. Could you please describe your character?
Sure. Chance is a gray half-orc who is striding through the mall, confidently headed towards the food court. A little bit more prepared for breakfast than with what was going to be offered for him. He takes a raw egg and cracks it and downs it. Takes another, cracks it, downs it. He's got to get the protein. Typical jock. He throws the shells in the nearby receptacle, but then reaches in a pocket and his eyes light up. Some of that ORC protein would be really good right now, but he's going to wait.
All right. Taking your own breakfast in mind, you find a seat as well. Following behind you, Ash. Could you please describe your character?
Ash is a light lavender tiefling with darker purple horns, kind of that bleach blonde hair, scraggly kind of hair, definitely rocking a oversized hoodie this morning, and like a pair of cut off, grungy, ripped jeans. She probably rolls in still on the skateboard, having rode into work, and you hear that like as it like comes up behind and kind of stops off and grabs it up. She'll make her way over and kind of give a nod at anybody she recognizes, especially if they're from the loot center or the crew, and grab a donut and a coffee. Reach for a cigarette, but be like, oh yeah, we're inside. Stick it behind her ear.
Following right behind you, Tamara. Could you please describe your character?
Hi, I'm Tamara Rathe, Tiefling, Favornian Princess. If we have an honor roll, I'm probably on that, like, whatever. Classic red, if I do say so, and I do. The thing that's most important to know about Tamara now is that the replicated Kate Shade black bag of holding, no more. She got the upgrade, and she has a Kate Shade limited edition mini backpack of holding in leopard print. No one else at school has this with the rust front pocket. And she has said that many times about... She hasn't said no one else at school. She said that, I think, once to Ash. And then she hurt herself and never said that part again. But she does, like, mention, like, oh, the rust front pocket. She's not explained why that's important.
Would have Ash sort of talked about it to other kids too, or is that something you keep secret?
Oh, I think I probably would have said it in like she's so cool, like, have you noticed? Especially because that backpack is highly craved. Like, this was definitely a big deal. So I think I would have passed it off in mentioning of, like, you know, have you seen her new backpack? It is the rust pocket, you know, without having any clue of what any of it means.
Yeah. Tomorrow, you mentioned it once, and already it's starting to trickle within the social sphere at school.
It's not brown, it's rust.
Yeah.
It's like a trademark color.
And you see the large table of food and coffee and drinks. Where do you go to first?
I think I come in like a few feet behind Chance. Chance gave me a ride in one of his sick rides. I don't know which one he drove today. I have not been allowed to take my road test by my parents because as an artificer, they know I'm going to do something in the car and void the warranty. But I'm messing with my Tamagotchi. I think I'm looking for my girlfriends. She's still in that gender binary stage a little bit. She's starting to question it because she is... Sorry, I always use the wrong term. I always want to say infuse because she's figured out how to do magical tinkering. She's just done it on her... I mean, she already knew how, but for this specific, she's like taken her necklace to figure out how to replicate certain scents. And so her necklace now is emitting the odor of what we in the real world would recognize as Gap Dream.
That's such a specific call out.
And so she's offering that to the friends. She can also do Gap Grass. but she is so it's a little like I think it's like that's at 95% and Dream is at 100 because obviously that was priority number one. She can't. It's really, I'm talking so much in this intro, but like I think the thing about her as a posh artificer is like she wants to be able to replicate the thing, but she also wants the real thing, and she like those are the two wolves within her.
Yeah. And finally, right behind you, Alara, could you please describe your character?
I had to stop drinking my Celsius because I was going to spit it out.
It's such a specific call out. I know. That's so wild.
Sorry. Alara is also a purple tiefling with darker horns at the ends of them. She's dressed in all black. She has fishnet stockings. She has a big old moon tattoo on her chest and a bunch of little gold danglies. Her eyes are red. Again, you can't tell if they're bloodshot or they're supposed to look like that. But her new toys is like a snake tattoo, but that one's now done up on her thigh. And she kind of has some chain link fence tattoo going around her ankle down into her foot. And those are her new toys, and she's just gonna put out a cigarette. She totally just took the bus here and drink her coffee black, and we'll go find Ash.
Yeah, you guys are able to find a sort of circular table with numerous seats here. It's like one of those food court like table and chair combos where it's like a McDonald's place thing where it's like connected to the actual table. You're all able to find a seat. You see that there are numerous store managers and adults currently kind of near the entrance where sort of the pathway to go to like the movie theater is, sort of out of the food court, currently congregating and talking. and eventually you start to see that there's a wide berth as this tall, nearly 10-foot scrawny, very like thinly like branches woman in this very beautiful black dress that sort of goes just a little above her knee. You see a crooked nose with sort of a beauty mark on the side of it. Hair that's currently white, that's currently pulled back. You see very much reminiscent of the white stone statue in the middle of the fountain as you see Tasha, this beautified hag, kind of like walk in, sort of catches some eyes, sort of gives some soft talks. You can see her sort of talking to some of the adults. They sort of motion her to go to one of the sort of like a little spot with a microphone. She sort of grabs it. You hear the... What was that?
Just Samara says, bitchin'.
Yeah.
That passes.
Taps the microphone. You hear that feedback. You hear a bunch. You see all the kids go, ah. Sort of immediately trying to react from it. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to thank you all for the help with the third grand reopening. Besides a strange electrical outage, it seems that the hard work has paid off and we're now on a steady track to stableness. You see that a bunch of the adults kind of encourage you guys, like, come on, let's clap. We're doing clapping now. She kind of smiles, seeing some people starting to do it, some people not. Well, it was a team effort. In the spirit of teamwork, I'd like to introduce you all to Charles, a brand new daytime security officer. And in walks a tall, spindly looking man with sort of deep gray hair that sort of like bangs that go sort of like near the bottom of his nose, just sort of fully hiding his eyes. But due to his walks, you can see as the bangs start to move, there's a bit of hinted, like green tinted glasses he wears. He's got a 5 o'clock shadow. And you watch that he's not breathing through his nose, it's all through his mouth, due to sort of enlarged like front teeth that almost give him like this very creepy looking look of like just kind of walks in. You see he stands right next to Tasha, who then goes, Charles, or you can call him Chuck, comes from our new partners from Razzle and Tazzle. So please give him a round of applause. There's less applause now, sort of giving the bare minimum of sort of welcome as sort of Charles takes the microphone. Hello? Yeah, I'm Charles. You can just call me Chuck. It's fine. Nice to meet you all. See him sort of move a bit of his nose. Sorry. Razzle and Tazzle. Just to a pocket, pulls out a little flash card. Razzle and Tazzle would like to thank you all for your hard work, for signing people up to our new credit card. It may not be the biggest ask, but it is effort on your part. And excuse me. As thank you, I am presenting Miss Tasha with a check of $40,000 to or gold to not only repair a lot of the old buildings that need repaired here, as well as the electrical station out back, but also to give everyone here a $2 an hour raise. You see, there's even a little bit more excitement from a lot of the employees here. I'm sure from you guys as well. Tasha sort of takes the microphone, goes, Thank you, Charles. I'm sure everyone's excited for that. Oh, and thank you once again, everyone, for our little morning announcement. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, a donut, and have yourself a magical day. You see the energy start to calm a little bit as you guys are kind of slowly being led out by your managers. Is there anything you guys do before you head off to your own shops?
I lean over to Lara and I go, who designated Mitch Hedberg's loser cousin to security?
I was just gonna ask, you think he's
Nepotism.
only a mouth breather?
Chance is livid right now. He's like breathing, trying to control his breathing, and had to resist shouting out several times. Some kind of joke.
Well, that's a joke.
And
Where's Ernie?
don't judge a book by its cover.
It's a little hard not to on that one. Just a little bit.
I
I'll definitely
I-
sketch.
Yeah, I agreed, Chance. This is very sketch. It's very swoop in, cringe sort of situation. It's super, super suspicious. Like,
They'll probably not even investigate him anymore.
Yeah, they didn't even say
Well,
anything.
yeah. Do you trust these adults to do anything intelligent?
If 2 weeks ago was any implication,
Yeah,
Right.
like
No.
as if, right? Like, are these adults even adults?
Not from what we seen.
Is anyone?
Fair, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Some clear suspicion, maybe a bit of heightened emotion and anger. What we're going to do right now is we're going to sort of take a peek in each of your days, half of your days, and then we'll rejoin you guys as a group for lunchtime. First, our vision goes up as you guys start to separate to once again one wall that is wood panels with numerous amps stacked upon one another, hanging multicolored guitars and basses along the walls. Welcome back to the Loot Center. Ash, currently working here. You still are working with Tony. Still, your coworker here. Nothing has fully changed right now. Currently, he's wrapping a few XLR cables and sort of putting things together and putting things away. You currently, as the day goes on, one of the encounters you have is one customer. Uh-oh.
We flapped.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
No worries. One customer walks in.
Just gonna read for a pair of glasses.
One customer walks in with it is a plasmoid woman. For those who are unaware what that is, it comes from sort of the Spelljammer books, but essentially it is a humanoid shaped ooze woman. Very feminine figure with also sort of a feminine voice, but non really descript full detailed features. Like there's not a nose. There's just sort of maybe a sunken in part where you can tell where like the eyes are. The mouth is just sort of like a blobbing, moving mass. She's currently with a bag over her shoulders, slinging back, and goes, "Excuse me," sort of gets your attention, Ash, as you're working the counter. I signed up.
Yes, how can I help?
Well, I hope you can. I signed up for this credit card last month, and the interest rates are a full-on scam. I can't believe you people would ask people to sign up for this. You should be ashamed.
You understand I'm a teenager and I only do what they tell me to do, and you should really read the fine print because the APR is down below, and I pull out one of the things and I've actually read it all, and I go like to the very, very bottom where it's like, asterisk, these are subject to change at any moment without it informing the user of this thing. So, ma'am, I can, close the credit card for you. I can tell my boss you're mad, but I'm 17.
Just like your generation, always taking no responsibility. Yes, I would love for you to cancel my card. I tried calling the number on the back, but I could barely hear anything. The woman on the other end sounded like she was practically eating her phone. I couldn't hear past the whistles. She sounded like she was squeaking. Sort of throws the credit card on the counter. If you can cancel it, great. Do it.
Can I cancel it?
Yeah, you can. There's a process you can go by. Generally, what they do is you have to sort of talk to your manager, and they can work it out, and then they'll probably send a letter to this woman, sort of like final arrangements. The last thing she throws the credit card is all you need is that. She goes, "This mall is going to the Underplanes. You'll be all hearing from my lawyer." Splat of the card.
If it's tomorrow's, Daddy already knows.
Turns around and leaves. Tony
What are the
watching.
cancellation fees?
Exorbitant. A lot. You see Tony sort of finishing up, wrapping up the cord, sort of walks over to you. Right now, there's no other customers. He goes, "What the fuck was her problem?"
Did you read this?
No, I can't be trusted with a credit card. You kidding me?
Well, technically speaking, if you look at society, buying on credit is one of the... anyway, Tony, don't ever do it. Always read this part here, and I like show them the important parts of like what to read on a credit card. Like, this is the APR, but always read the asterisks.
He kind of leans against the counter, not fully caring about the credit card, and he goes, I don't even plan on signing up, but I wanted to ask, so how are plans with your girlfriend?
Tony, I've been putting this off for a while. I have to tell you something. Alara has the hottest boyfriend I have ever seen. They've been together for like 2 weeks. He rides a motorcycle. He has this sick leather jacket. It's got a skull, like a tiefling skull, like embroidered on the back. He's let her wear it. He plays electric and acoustic guitar. So on point. I haven't even heard his like since Eric Clapton. So I know you got a thing for her. I know.
Yeah.
Do you need a deception roll?
That sounds... yeah, roll me a deception roll with advantage.
I like to think that Ash is just describing Alara's tattoo guy, but like they're not together.
A 19 plus.
Oh my god, no. I got another total.
Plus 4. Yeah,
shit.
23.
23. You just hear his voice goes up. His voice goes up like 3 octaves, and you can hear him go, yeah. Yeah, it sounds fun. Yeah. Where's the jacket? It's not my size.
I'm so sorry. I hate telling you that.
No, it's totally fine. See him take a deep breath. I think he looks over the counter and he goes, I think his attention is like he's trying to distract himself immediately. And I think you clock that immediately. On the counter right in front of you is that credit card, currently just sort of left there. It has like this green ooze from the plasmoid woman who sort of left it. It's like almost like a flubber type of thing where it's just like left some residual. He goes, gross, dude. Listen, you better... I think I would clean that up. Should clean that up before other customers see that.
I'll, like, take a tissue and just grab it, like, picture style.
It's so wet and viscous that you touch it and and it's like covering your fingers a little bit through the tissue. And he goes, all right, how about this? He gets like a plastic covering from one of the packages. He's like, just slap it there. Why don't you go wash your hands? And I'm going to go handle this.
Like, run to the bathroom.
Roll me perception check.
Well, not perceptive at all right now. Let's see. 6.
6. You're finished washing your hand, sort of drying as much as you can, and you hear ting, ting, ting. Ting, ting, ting. Like something metal. Ting, 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 ting. But with your roll, you start to look around. And it's one of those old bathrooms where, like, you can see some of the piping on the roof. It could be coming from the toilet. It could be coming from the sink. And it's just echoing the small room that's kind of hard to pinpoint, but you can hear this tapping.
I shave and a haircut on the closest pipe.
Ting, ting. And our vision pulls back. We'll leave you with that mystery. Right across the way, closer to the western side of the upstairs within the mall, right into the Raven topic. Let's see here. Alara, you are still working with Obi. Still vanishing and coming back without a sound. But you also hired a new guy. human, black hair, short, that's sort of been spiked. Definitely plays the part in terms of Raven Topic. Has sort of like that gothic grunge, kind of like a metalhead type look, but he gives off so much sad boy energy. Like always, just like the sad kid in the crowd. Some people finding it like kind of redeeming or whatever, but some people don't. It's just sort of annoying. Obi has been strangely talkative with you today, as you're currently stocking new band shirts up front. You see, Obi currently is holding a letter with her name on it, sort of talking to you while you're sort of stocking things. So, should I go to Monica's party?
You got invited to a party?
Yeah,
You don't
she
even
invited
talk
me.
to people.
I don't talk to her. She says she wanted more people. So, did you get the invite?
Did I get an invite?
You haven't, yeah.
No,
Nah.
but I don't really care.
Shit. Well, I don't want to go if you're not going.
Why do I need to go with you?
I don't know anyone. I could make friends, but it's easier when I talk to you.
I mean, you can sign me up as your date or whatever. That's what the Ash has been doing to get Tony off my back. So.
You've been putting that guy through hell.
I have not. I was
First it was you were dating Ash.
I
And
don't
then
even know.
now there's like a new boyfriend.
Oh, there's a new boyfriend? I don't even know what the story is now.
Oh, I've been talking to Ash on the side.
Is she talking about the tattoo guy?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know your tattoo guy.
But like he's old. He's like a hot old guy.
Oh, don't tell him that though. Well, anyway, no, if she hadn't given you an invite, well, she hadn't delivered mine, so if you haven't seen her yet, then that's probably why.
Is Monica like the kind of bitchy one? Like out of character?
No, Monica's not the bitchy one. She's kind of, yeah, she's very like into herself. She's very preppy, but very much like the hype
It's a
woman.
huge bitch.
She's a huge bitch, but she does know the benefit of making
Oh my
friends.
God.
I mean, Obi, she's not my type. Like, I'd put a cigarette out in her forehead, but I mean, if you want to go.
You did that?
No, I said I would.
Oh.
I haven't. That would explain the non-invite if I did do that. But you could go. If you don't want to go, don't go.
I want the plus one. And
you
right
want a plus one.
as this is
Why'd you
happening,
ask that boy.
as it happening, you both turn towards Roger, the human sort of sad boy who's currently working the counter. He finishes sort of helping out a customer. You hear like money being exchanged, and finally the register closes, and you hear him go, "Thank you, come again." As
See
the
this?
customer walks away, you hear as his head slams into the glass counter, hearing the
Dude, the fuck?
Monica hates me.
Monica hates fucking everybody. Who gives a shit?
Well, she doesn't even know I exist.
And this is a problem? I'd be glad if she didn't know I existed.
You see Obi go, "Well, Monica's in your math class. Did she not invite you? She invited practically the whole class." And he kind of turns and goes, "You didn't invite me."
Oh, fucking Christ. Here, Roger, take a cigarette.
Thank you. And is
Outside, not in
still
here.
like face against the counter, like not even lifting, not enough power to even lift his neck off the counter.
I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do about you. This is why we keep you up front, because like people get out of this store so fast. It's great.
You hear Obi go, "Do you want to be my?" I don't want to invite. Like pulls you back. Alara goes,
Please
"I don't
take
want
the sad boy. I just wanna watch."
want him to be in my car."
Then don't put them in your car. You know you have like choices, right? You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Rogers, do you have a car? No, my mom drives me.
Oh, fucking
okay, no, I
Christ.
don't want to do this.
Don't.
The
I'll go if you want me to go. Otherwise, fuck off. I don't care.
good. All right, let's do that.
Ugh.
The invite currently waving.
Let me see.
You take the invite and start to read it. Our vision pulls back as you start to give a bit of a view on that. going downstairs right next to or close to the Sword Coast movies, right into ORC. Chance, currently working the counter right now. Amy is currently stalking a bunch, but she's been sort of in the back a lot. She's been sneezing constantly today. And it comes to a point where she comes up to you, and she's like full on like the puffy nose, sort of the reddened cheeks. And she kind of goes, I'm sorry, Chance, can you... did I leave my medicine up here in front?
Oh, you don't look so good. He's going to take a look around, try to find the medicine.
Roll me an investigation check with advantage as she's currently helping you.
All right. Comes to a 12.
12. You look through a couple of the paperwork, and behind one of sort of like a small box of like vitamins hidden underneath it, you see that there's must have got like fell in between the counter and down here into the lower shelves. You find a like allergy pills. The label reads fast acting, great against dog, rodent, and aberration dander. She goes, "Oh my god, you found it!"
Are you allergic to cats or something?
It's a lot of things. I mean, all this stuff, like, it's so weird. We don't allow pets here in the mall, so it's not that. All the cats have been getting rid of all the rodents, so that's great. And I don't know where there's like an apparition. That's weird. She sort of takes the pills. Takes it easy. As you see a customer go up to the counter. Sort of this water genasi woman, sort of young, near like early 20s, kind of comes up to you and goes, excuse me, I heard that you have a new credit card, a mall credit card with kind of like promotional points?
Chance was getting over this morning, but he's suddenly not over it again, hearing that. Oh, yeah?
Do you have a thing I can sign? I would love to get signed up.
He rolls his eyes a little obviously and goes behind the counter, takes the clipboard for signing up, hands it to her without a word, very not his usual customer service self, slaps a pen down with a big half-orc hand. Just fill it out.
Okay. You see, like, there's like that energy sort of being felt, and she starts to sign it, giving you sort of looks. You signed up a lot of people to this credit card? Is it okay?
Absolutely not.
Oh, and immediately stops mid-right.
I mean, I haven't. She has. I point to Amy a little. For the first time, probably begrudgingly.
Yeah, Amy kind of like starting to feel a little bit of the fast-acting medicine start to kick in. She goes, yeah, it's a little wild. It's great if you pay it off right away, but if you don't, there is a heavy... it's kind of gross. Sort of like looking around for the boss to see if no one's listening. And she goes, it's a little much for the APR. So I wouldn't... Only if you're desperate. See the water genasi kind of stop and go, okay. Well, I guess I'll look for other options. I appreciate the insight. Kind of slides the clipboard back to you.
Takes it, waits for her to leave.
Yeah, takes off.
I don't think I'm going to sign up anyone for this.
I feel so bad. It's disgusting. I went into town with my boyfriend a few days ago, and even grocery stores are promoting the card.
How's he doing? Is he all right? Is he recovered?
He's doing great. You guys were amazing.
It's nothing, but those others, they're pretty effective. We taught Oscar a thing or two, huh?
Oscar's kind of calmed down as of late. I think you guys really put some sense into him.
He needed it.
Yeah.
Hey, I need some more of this supplement. Could you check the back for it?
Yeah, of course. She heads into the back, and you're currently still holding the clipboard with all like the daft information about the credit card, and your eye just sort of trails by it. And something that you see in very, very, very small print, kind of written in gray font, so it's even hard to read on the white paper, is a 30% APR with a heavy cancellation fee. And you sort of feel a little bit sick to your stomach, and you're like, yeah, I think you sort of feel determined, like, yeah, not signing people up is the best decision.
He takes it a little bit further, and assuming there are some people that we haven't signed up for yet, he's going in and like takes a look around, and then he takes the pen and starts to turn like 1s to 7s on the social security numbers or what have you, changing the addresses, adding in additional names, striking out whatever he can. He's so sick over Ernie that he's starting to care more about this than he normally would. And so he does that as quickly as possible and then puts it away.
Sliding the clipboard back under with the piles of, filled out paperwork's now altered. Our vision pulls back. Now pulling into the white and blue I can't think of the word now. Plaid pattern of parts and bodyworks with numerous counters of different warforged fingers and eyes and faces and arms and hands. Tamara, you're currently working here. Monica, this is one of the big changes. Monica moved on and no longer works here at Parts and Bodyworks, and actually has moved to D for Less. Feeling that it would be best to maybe find a place with retails that she can wear, maybe get some employee discount. She's like, I'm going to utilize this to the fullest. So Lawrence is still working with you, sort of the gnomish figure, the little conspiracy theorist. But you did get a new employee. You got Posh, a white cockatoo Aarakocra woman with sort of this white plumed chest, currently in sort of like this nice shirt. Who just like it's just this beautiful white like focal point, and she's been talking to you for hours, Posh. You've had her for science class here and there, as well as English, and she goes, "Can you believe it? She gave me that look in science class. Like, what the fuck did I do to you? Who cares if you're a cheerleader? Now you're God."
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my God. Do you know Mr. Henderson, the PE teacher? Being a total creep. Like, ooh, where do you work after school? Like, fucking sorry, not sorry. Once I leave and the bell rings, I forget your fucking face.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
And Tamara is just honestly devastated to have lost her nemesis, Monica. And for Posh to have the audacity to like have a personality when like in the face of Tamara's great loss is like a little much. And then it's this personality.
Yeah.
So I think Posh never had a chance. Like, out of character, Posh is amazing. But Posh really never was sowing seeds in rocky soil. And so I think she goes, Lawrence, like, what do you think?
You see he's currently moving some of the fingers, like in just like a direct way that looks like almost like they're spelling out something. And he goes, actually, you look at Lawrence, and it's been a few weeks since the rave incident. He's looking a bit more paler in the skin, almost green. He's looking a bit...
Wait, he's a gnome? Or he's a specific... No, he's a...
He's a gnome. Yeah. He had just sort of like the peachy skin. He's looking paler. And he kind of whips around and goes, huh? What are we talking about?
Oh, just like, what do you think about anything?
I think,
He just wants a conspiracy theory from Lawrence.
I think I'm doing good. They haven't found me yet. So far, 14 straight days, no solid food. They haven't found me.
Hey, right. We're not supposed to eat solid food.
It's how they get you.
Posh, Posh, have you heard this? That they're making like a god in the movie theater, and the internet's out to get you, and so we shouldn't eat solid food.
She kind of looks at Lawrence and looks at you and she goes, "You're throwing a lot at me right now? What the fuck does that all mean?"
I mean, the truth is out there, Posh.
You see Lawrence sort of put a hand. He's a smaller folk, so he puts a hand on one of the counters and has to like hold himself up. Just takes deep breaths, keeping himself stable. There's not a lot of customers right now within the Parts and Body Works, but in walks in a very familiar face, or not familiar, but a very familiar form of green tinted glasses hidden behind dark gray hair, the spindly form of Chuck kind of walks in. He kind of has a like, have you seen those kiosks that sell like charcuterie boards of like cheese and meats? He currently is holding
Sounds great.
holding a board of cheese and sort of puts it onto the counter in front of you. Has a clipboard under one arm and goes, "Well, hello. I just wanted to say hi to your store. I also..." Gets the clipboard. Let's see here. Parts and Body Works. "It seems that your shop here has signed up the least amount of credit cards within the last week. I just wanted to check in to see if everything's okay."
I mean, things are great. I think it's sort of like slightly a clientele issue in terms of Warforged and social security numbers. Like
Right.
constructs sometimes don't
Well,
have
I'm gonna need you guys to step it up a little bit. We're gonna have to get our numbers and meet our quota. Lawrence, sick, sort of stumbles his way towards the counter where you and Posh are, and goes, "My uncle said," and before he's able to finish, Chuck goes, "that our employees are squirrels in overcoats, and we're here to steal your town's food." And you see Lawrence freeze. And there's like this, the paleness goes almost ghost white. "How did you know?"
Yeah, okay, touche. We might have like a little bit of a marketing problem for the credit cards in the shop. I see, like, I see your point. We can work on that. We'll make sure Lawrence is not the one like in charge of that.
You see Chuck just grabs raw hand, like almost like a crane, grabs like a handful of cheese, starts to eat it and goes, "What? Do better, children." Turns around, starts to slowly walk away.
Question for the DM,
Yeah.
which may or may not affect any of this scene. Oh, it's about Ernie. Do we as players know that he is missing, or have we just not seen him? Like, and no one will tell us where he is, but for all we know, he just was fired. That kind of thing.
No, you get a sense. I think you've heard through the grapevine, especially with you and your connections. There was cops and police who were sent to his home, and they were unable to find him.
And this guy Chuck is how new? Like, did we just meet him today?
Just met him today.
Just met him today. Can I like clock his vibe?
Yeah. Roll me an insight check.
Perhaps. Thank you. I'm not sure what the etiquette is on asking for an insight check.
Can I get a vibe
Oh,
check?
right. Yeah, I'm not good at this. Tamara's not a great vibe checker, but we'll see what happens.
Oh,
Oh, what did I get? Oh, I got a natural 20.
Hey!
Yeah.
I take
good
back
job.
what I said. In this case, This guy's vibe is obviously very strong.
Yeah, I think you clock it right away because he's the
That
only one.
cheese thing was so weird.
Yeah. I think there's such a wild comparison between him and Ernie that's like, okay, Ernie made sense. He was a full orc. He was large. He was intimidating on the surface, but just a cuddly bear internally. This guy is a spindly, almost like a scarecrow-like person. And you start to see like there's like a bit of smarminess.
And is he supposed to be the security guy?
He's supposed to be the daytime security guard. Ernie was always the nighttime.
Yeah, and so the security guard is like checking up on the credit card.
You are also very aware that he was brought in from Razzle and Tazzle, the credit card company that you're currently promoting. So it's a lot of like, he's supposed to be the security guard, but obviously this should not be his duties. This is probably a task given to him by his corporate overlords.
Yeah. So Officer Chuck, like, that's really like sweet of you to be checking up on us with the credit card stuff. Is that like something you have experience with?
Midway through the swallow of like a handful of cheese. Just doing my job.
Oh yeah.
So, my job is to make sure we're all safe, and to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And I know that in the last week we've asked you all to start signing up people to credit cards, so hopefully you guys are doing what needs to be done.
And how's like the safety part going?
I'm gonna get my bearings. Right now I'm meeting with every shop, so don't worry, I'm gonna make friends.
Is that what safety is? Being friends?
If I know you, you know me.
You don't.
You see, he freezes for a second, and then I think you start to see everything start to click in terms of he doesn't know you, and now he's reading your vibe. Yes.
Right. Well, like Miss Tasha said, have yourself a magical day.
And there's a lingering sort of like almost like this raw energy between you two, sort of like you both clocked what you're both putting out. There's an understanding, and he starts to walk away. Right loudly in your ear, right next to you, Posh goes, "Fuck that guy." Right?
Right, Posh.
Right. Fuck that
This
guy.
time, yeah. Write his name down because I asked him a question and he did not even answer it. And that gets you on a list.
On the death list.
Okay, well, yeah, let's call it that. But like, don't write that at the top of the list.
Secret death list coming up. Starts to make her way to the back as our vision pulls away right across from the Whitestone Fountain into a space filled with fried foods and sugary drinks into the food court right next to it with Panda Express. Yapatus currently Sky's parents, for some reason, maybe because some pictures were taken and they have some importance and some money, don't want Sky to work with you and have pulled him away. You were left alone for a little bit until a new hire came in. Lily Jance, a fire genasi woman who's a bit of a spitfire. Currently, you are working the lines, taking orders, slopping onto like rice and noodles and things like orange chicken. Lily currently is working the cash register, sort of this spitfire fire genasi. The customer currently has two of those like styrofoam containers, both with the same order, and currently holding them both up, and goes, "This one looks like it has more, right? Why should I pay full price for this one if this one has more?" And you see Lily just sort of like, you start to see the fire in her hair just start to darken a little bit. "You know what, dude? fuck off. How about that? If you need your noodles slopping over, then you got some serious fucking problems. You see the woman who's currently holding going, fuck you, I never. I want to talk to your manager. Yeah, you want to talk to my manager? Sounds great. Grabs you, Yabadas, and puts you right in front. Talk to him. And it's being your hype.
Oh my god.
Being your hype man.
Okay, fair enough. I was about to step in because that was getting a little ridiculous. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little scale from under the counter, and I'm going to put both of those on it, and I'm going to show that the numbers are the same. It's just the chunks are differently shaped. So this one looks like a little less, this one looks like a little more.
Rolling perception check.
Sure. 1 second.
I like that you went analytical with it. They're the same. They
It is
measure.
exactly 10.
10. As you're currently pulling out the scale, sort of measuring and showing it to the customer, because you're fairly mechanical about this when it comes to it. You know that you can give out the same amounts each time. As you're currently talking to the customer, trying to calm down the situation and de-escalate, there is still sort of this feeling of intensity coming from the customer, and you, with your 10 perception, you sort of look over your shoulder, and Lily's kind of like being your hype man, jumping from shoulder to shoulder, like, you're gonna be shown right now. You're gonna be shown right now. The customer sort of grabs both.
We
and
have
goes,
a contrast going on here.
You say it to her, to Lily?
No. It's just that we have a bit of a contrast going on because she is on one end of the intensity, I'm on the other end of the intensity spectrum.
It's a weird situation to be in. And the customer sort of grabs both and goes, seeing that there's undisputable proof, grabs it and goes, okay, fine. Maybe there's more I didn't notice. Thank you so much, sir. I think you should really talk to your employee. Sort of grabs their food and starts to move on. As walks out of earshot, Lily grabs her shoulder and goes, yeah, look at that. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Working the part. I like it. You can be manager. That'd be great. Why aren't you manager?
I'm not ambitious. As I walk back to the kitchen and start cutting up the orders again.
You leave Lily in full befuddlement. And I think the last thing you hear is, dude, you're really hard to read. Wow. Cool, man. Do you mind just it doesn't look like we have any customers. Do you mind just keeping an eye out on the register? I just got to throw away this trash, all right?
I'm going to point to her belt where there is a keyring with the key to the register. Just close it.
Cool.
Who's going to steal the whole thing?
Locks the register. Awesome. This fire just is full of energy. Grabs like 3 bags from the back. Heads into sort of the back area where there's like I forgot the name of the item now. Slips my mind. But it's like the portable hole. There's one in every sort of food court thing here where you can just throw trash in. Sort of runs into the back. A moment or two passes. You've been working with Lily for a little bit. You know that she cannot stop talking. And for a brief moment, it's like a parent with a child where you're like, it's too quiet. And then you hear, yo, yeah. I think I fucked up.
I'm going to wait for the explanation.
Walks out, and you see a part of like the shoulder, next to like the chest up the shoulder, has been ripped off with the like the name tag, what got caught on something and ripped a little bit of like her work uniform. She goes, okay, I think my tag's down and I think I ripped this. So who is your, you down if I just like grab Sky's old tag?
Would this be legal?
I don't fucking know.
Because not more of a question to the DM. Would that be within the context of the mall and our contracts that we sign up to work here? Would this be legal, or would this be more of an impersonation kind of thing?
Oh, I don't think it's an illegal thing, especially since you guys are also like minors. I don't think that you'll get hit that hard. It's just
Fair enough.
yeah.
In that case, I'm going to hold up this guy's tag right next to her. And I'm going to look between the photograph on the tag and her. And it's going to be a very awkward minute until she gets what I'm applying here.
She sort of sees you holding it up and goes, "No one's gonna fucking look, right? Is anyone gonna fucking look?"
You're not blue enough.
Okay, all right. You got a Sharpie? Got anything? Maybe I'll just scratch out the picture.
Or I suppose you pull it from the pocket.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Manager experience, working around problems. I love it. All right, so scratches out a few things. Be careful with that hole. Fuck that hole. Sort of
I'm 17, I wouldn't.
Huh? All right. I knew you weren't all just a ruler and straight lace. See, and slaps you hard in the back. Sort of the scales moving a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta get back. Runs back to the counter. Time goes on. Eventually, Lily kind of goes, "Oh, all right. 12. I got this covered, man. Why don't you go to lunch?"
Sure.
Everyone else starts to get up for their own lunch. Excuse me. Eventually, all you guys start to congregate in the food court, finding a suitable seating area for you guys to all sort of find each other. Everyone grabbing either lunch that they brought from home, ordering from one of the restaurants here in the food court. But eventually, all of you are to sit down and sort of just have lunch. Today was crazy like any other day.
I'm scanning for Monica and what I call her D for less skanks.
Yeah, I think.
Do I know about her party, by the way?
Not yet. Yeah, I think you've heard about it, but she hasn't seen you yet. It's been a few days. She hasn't seen you physically. Through the mention of Monica, you do feel something tap your shoulder, and you sort of whip around. And you do see the blonde curls of Monica, currently wearing the D for Less uniform, and she goes, "Oh my god, where have you motherfuckers been? Ever since I switched to D for Less, no one comes over to talk to me. You guys all talk to each other. Why don't you talk to me?"
You have to like somebody to talk to them.
You're a kidder. You're a kidder. I like that.
Yeah, and Tamara laughed way too loud when you said that. You're both so cute.
Yeah, you're all cute.
Like that uniform. Oh my god, you're so cute, Monica.
Well, yeah, we all have to change. We can't all wear the same old thing.
We all have to change. Yeah, it's funny how some people change, isn't it, Monica?
Well, you know what has changed? My parents' business schedule. They have to go out of town. So, reaches into her purse, pulls out 5 invites, all of them bedazzled and glittered. Sort of hands each to one of you. Because you guys were fucking so cool. Beating up Oscar. I gotta have you guys at the party. It's gonna be at my house tonight. Today's a Friday. She's like, tonight, you guys better come, or I swear to God, I'm gonna start crying.
That I'd like to see. That's
Do you
fine.
even know me?
Is she trying to entice?
Do we have class together? I don't. Hi, I'm Ash.
She shakes her hand. She goes, well, I've been hearing. Well, I mean, I saw you guys fight off Oscar, and that was fucking rad.
And
I want you guys here.
I have a cigarette that I've brought down and lit while we're eating lunch. I've totally give it, yeah. And I'm like, well, I get that. We're cool and stuff. But we don't make that kind of plan. They're things. I have a couple offers. There's a jam session that, maybe you find interest. So, see what happens tonight. Maybe.
I've got food. there's a pool, a trampoline, and because my parents are going to be out of town, I have full reign over the liquor cabinet. Sort of gives a hushed tone. And I
If
think
she
you all...
if she threatens to cry, I don't think she's exactly enticing Tamara into the party.
You guys clearly do not understand the Tamara-Monica relationship.
I think you specifically...
Because Tamara is trying not to cry because she's so happy to get this invitation.
Yeah. Tamara, you are fully aware what Monica's all about. Her family own most of the farmland here, and that's like kind of like the main export, because you guys are like in a know-nothing town in know-nothing magic county.
And I'm guessing it is important to be on the list because there's probably like security at the gate.
Yeah, and you know that Monica lives on one of the hilltop like homes here, like a full-on mansion. There's going to be a mansion party.
Also, to be clear, Tamara is in love with Monica. I don't know if it's romantic, but at least platonically.
Yeah. She was so fully thrilled to come and give you guys all the invites, and specifically sort of like hands it to you tomorrow and goes, "Please be there."
I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's this really cool girl, Posh, who like I might have to go like hang out with. She's just like the coolest, and we're like best friends. But yeah, I think I could probably make it.
Stop by, maybe.
Yeah, check it out.
Awesome. All right.
Did you see my new backpack, by the way?
I've been hearing about it all throughout school. She sort of looks down and she goes, "You got the limited edition one."
I got the limited edition one.
And you see there's like a full-on air of jealousy. She goes, "Yeah, so proud of you."
Ash gives it the little Vanna White.
The full-on Price is Right of
I'll
like,
tell you
ooh.
everything tonight.
Awesome. Slings her own bag that's like last year's model. Starts to make your way past to get some food.
Hey, Monica had the real one first.
I would like you all to roll me perception checks.
Roll like shit.
No.
That one.
Oh, I rolled that bad.
That is
12.
a 6.
A 6.
9.
A 9. What's going
Ice
on?
jail.
12.
12.
19.
There you
Ooh.
go.
You got one.
Somebody's paying attention.
Yeah, we're
Tamara-
distracted by Aquanet.
I think
Too
everyone else...
preoccupied with the intricacies of relationships in this party.
Yeah. It's like, what is going
That
on
and
with these-
everyone's kind of looking at, like, you all open up the invite, and it's just like a little bit of glitter that what didn't fully stick just falls onto the counter, and you're like, oh god, this will be on forever.
You know,
Trying
we
to
could
wipe it.
burn that ash. It'd be a wild fire.
Oh, let's do that. She like moves it back.
But specifically you, Tamara, you are following Monica. It's just sort of eye trailing, just sort of watching her go to one of the counters to go get some food, sort of following her. Just there's that feeling of connection, so you start to see that, and then something sort of breaks that trail. As you are looking outside, there's the glass windows that lead into the parking lot. You see the security guard officer Chuck currently has this arcane net on a stick and is currently running. Throws it like full on like an arch arm, swings down, slams into a white van as he barely misses catching a tabby cat.
Then I am officially going to allow Tamara to have the weird hunch that I have had since the introduction of Officer Candy. Okay. Oh my god, you guys. And she's just like tugging sleeves on everyone. So, like, we're on the same page. This new guy, Officer Chuck or whatever, is like majorly sus, right?
Oh, he's a clusterfuck.
Like majorly skeezy. Yes, he's like owned by the credit card, but also he's just like super, super weird.
I want to get him fired.
He's like out of.
Major malfunction.
We went from
Yeah,
0 to
like-
60. I want to get him fired.
But also, like, I don't. This is like two weirds making a weird. Like, he also just like slammed into a van trying to catch one of the parking lot cats, and I swear, like, can we? I want to catch one of these cats and look at it. 'Cause
You
I
all-
feel like there's something to do with Ernie.
Tomorrow
Just
points is at the parking lot. Everyone who didn't get the pineapple perception check, like it's like almost like a movie. Just everyone looks in that direction where you were looking tomorrow, and you see Chuck nearly grab the tail of what you recognize to be Officer Candy. And for those who don't know, you don't pull a cat by the tail, and nearly misses it, and currently is trying to jump and trying to catch violently this cat.
I'm gonna go take a smoke break.
I just like, yeah.
You're on lunch break. You're on lunch break right now.
Yeah, I will join in that smoke break. I'm also like rolling up the glitter.
Not to your face.
Paper.
It's gonna crackle.
What does the party do?
Okay.
Y'all get up and go that direction, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely. If it's not active already, because I'm a little bit unsure about the rules, activate my arcane armor that's infiltrator mode, which gives me advantage on stealth. And like hurry sneak.
Okay. To
Out
keep
there.
stealthy, you would be moving at half speed if you want to do that. Obviously, for those who are running and dashing 60 feet, you'd be moving 30 feet instead.
Well, I also get +5 to my movement from the armor.
Oh.
But
There you go. Wonderful.
I'm having trouble finding the Artificer has so many things in so many different places.
Yeah, it's
But if it hops, it goes to it gets rounded down anyhow.
Yeah, I know.
But what is the intention of terms the approach? I know that for you tomorrow, you're sort of keeping an idea of sort of keeping a sneak.
I don't want to
approach.
scare away the cats or this guy. I want to get out there quickly, but I don't want the cats to run away. I don't like.
Okay.
It's not that I don't want anyone to know I was there. It's just like I want everyone to scatter. I want to look.
Would like.
I also have newly I got the bag as the as the hush money from my parents. From Mr. Reed, my boss at Parts and Bodywork, I got him to finally order in. See, we've got our clientele is Warforged. There's a lot of appendages and stuff that they do make versions for organic life forms, but we don't usually stock them because that's not our clientele. I got him to order and give me some eyes of minute seeing. So I've got these lenses in that will help me investigate up close. And I want to investigate one of these cats, but cats are hard to investigate up close.
Yeah. Well, let's get to the cat first before we start finding out what we can do. So you're going with a bit of a stealth approach. What is everyone else's approach? Are you just beelining it? Are you also sort of being a little bit subdued with it in terms of just sort of keeping it quiet?
Beelining.
Go
ahead.
I think would be more of like my method where but also on the skateboard. So not really slow, but going out to skate and smoke a cigarette kind of thing.
Nonchalant.
Yeah.
What about Yapidus and Chance?
Going to follow Tamara stealthily as well. I see her kind of hunch over, and I hunch over next to her. I follow.
Chance is walking with a little bit more aggression. He's if it wasn't for Tamara kind of holding him back and Alora trying keeping her cool, he'd probably be a little bit more aggressive. But he's staying behind Tamara.
And then Alora, you are also being hushed. Or are you sort of just beelining it?
I'm
being the center
beelining
focus.
it, and I'm gonna give him a nice tap on the back and cast Friends.
Okay. I would like everyone who's being stealthy as currently Alara's currently being the attention, the target. I would like you guys to roll me stealth checks.
Do you want a performance check for the nonchalant, or you want a stealth check?
Oh, if you're going it with like you're not necessarily being.
I'm like,
Yeah.
like
Go
I'm
roll-
just like skating out and up and like lighting
allow
up my
that.
cigarette.
Yeah, it was very specific. I'll allow that. So let's do the stealth checks first from Yapadas, Chance, and Tamara. What'd you guys get?
That
That
is
is
a
a-
6 for me. I stand out.
6?
Choosing to fail.
Choosing to fail? Oh, I love it.
Oh, no.
And that's another nat 20 from Tamara for
Oh.
22.
Because everyone else is kind of well, let's see what the performance check was from Ash.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You're kind of like a background character in a movie. Ash, you're kind of like just like if you were walking to your car. You know, not really. The focal point is not you. You're sort of playing the part. Hiding behind cars is Yapadas, who is kind of trying to hide, but the tail just is in this motion of like, you can see this white scaled lizard folk. It's kind of hard to miss. But with Chance and Alara, you guys are beelining it. You tried the stealth, Chance, and you're just like, fuck this. And that feeling going in. The only person who's not being seen, can't be seen in this little scene right now, is you, Tamara, as you are finding the right moments to jump from car to car, sort of making your way closer and closer, getting a closer view of the scene. You see, it's like those white vans, like the windowless vans, as you see Officer Candy on top hissing at Chuck, who you hear mutter under his breath. He goes, "Come here, you fucking feline," and trying to reach for it. And you see that the cat sneezes, and he sneezes. He looks up, seeing you guys approach, the ones who were not hidden or didn't successfully hide.
Hey, Chuck. What you doing?
Starts to forget the cat. Presses against the van. Whispers something. And vanishes.
Anybody else see that? She's
You all see it. You just start to.
Oh, glitter.
Oh, yeah, blow glitter. Blow glitter.
I would like to cast something if I am within a 60-foot range.
Yeah.
Now, I need a piece of crust from an apple pie. I imagine I could have probably grabbed that from inside.
From a whack dongless.
Yep. And I would like to cast the Flair's Mischief.
Oh.
And
Not very familiar
I
with the
would
spell,
like.
so.
Okay, so it's a concentration spell for up to a minute. It needs 60-foot range for a 20-foot cube. I fill the cube within the range with Fey and Draconic magic. And I get to roll on the surge table to see the effect that is happening. I am going to try and fill the cube just outside of Alara, so she's not affected.
Mhm.
And let's see what's gonna happen here. The choices being the air fills with the smell of apple pie, and they have to succeed a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by me. Flowers go everywhere, or they have to succeed on a dexterity saving throw, or they're blinded. Or a wisdom saving throw, and they start giggling uncontrollably. Or molasses village. It's difficult terrain till next turn. So let's see what they'll be doing.
All right.
Where's my 4? There it is. Okay. 2. So flowers start erupting with like in between Alara and where he was standing, everywhere. And if he is still in that 20-foot square, he must succeed on a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll. You release the spell. You wait 2 seconds to see if it caught anything. You hear a car alarm from probably like to the left of you, closer to like D4 Less, like the eastern side of D4 Less, that one of those cars. And you see the car go, and you hear skittering.
Ooh.
Tamara, as you currently were a little bit hidden, you feel something warm brush against your leg. As you look, and it's just a cat, and then and it just sort of sees, like almost like was smelling you, was able to catch all of your scent, as you guys are familiar with.
Dream.
You're all familiar with Officer Candy. You know, you guys were there when he was a kitten. Found him wrapped up in underwear and a candy necklace. And just does that thing where, like, if you pick him up, full on goes relaxed and just becomes like double his size. For cats, just do that where they just like extend, and just kind of just chills out.
Now, that's lovely. Out of character. In character. The other tabby cats you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm looking closely at Officer Candy, tabby cats tend to look similar. Are these cats fucking identical? That's my first question.
Yeah, with the help of those eyes and minute seeing, I think throughout the weeks you've noticed different patches, different coloration. Okay. Yeah, different cat.
Okay, thank you. I guess I just like to roll if I may, investigation, unless that's not the thing. Because I have some things, I have some spells I could use, identify or detect magic. I want to know if there's anything weird about this cat, about its collar. I wasn't there when the cat was to be clear, Tamara was not there when the cat was introduced, so she doesn't have perfect knowledge of that moment. I know Chance was there. I forget who else was there.
You were in the security office when you saw Officer Candy currently balled up in a little nest of security jackets.
Right, but I wasn't there when it's like, look, I found a cat in underwear and candy.
The missing security officer brought it to the ORC.
Oh, it was you and Amy.
And we found it in the security room. Yes. And also, if I may, I have proficiency in animal handling. May help tomorrow with this.
Well, I already have advantage on the investigation if it's visual within a foot because of the lenses. But if there's something else, I'll take all the help I can get. Basically, can I clock Officer Candy's vibe, but in a magic sense? If that's not investigation, then I can use a spell.
You can roll me an investigation check with advantage. What is everyone else? What is everyone else's intention right now?
With Chuck out of sight, out of mind, I'm gonna sidle up next to Tamara, just kind of pet Officer Candy a little bit with familiarity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Officer Candy does that thing where some cats where like you feel the paper, the sandpaper tongue just sort of licking a bit of your thumb.
Considering I rolled so poorly on perception, I suppose I'm also there with the rest, looking at the cat and marveling at the fact that Tamara has gotten free candy from a white windowless van.
Why is it not rolling?
I think Ash would probably. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. I was going to ask you two anyway, so that's great.
I'm going to head towards the noise.
Yeah.
All right.
That just happened over in the distance.
I would like either.
Would you call us over?
I probably would say something and just be like, "Hey, did you guys see that?" And you guys would all probably see the flower petals that dropped in the area as well.
I would like Alara and Ash for you guys just to roll me either survival or perception checks. And for those who got called over, you can either roll a survival or perception check as well. And
Okay.
with a 15 check for the investigation.
18. Sorry,
Didn't
I
get
just
the
rolled
bonus.
a 20. The buttons weren't work. Just for investigation wasn't working.
No
I don't know
worries.
why.
So for the 18 investigation, it's not a magical cat. There is a collar that was placed upon it. I'll say, and we can work together on this. I think more than likely, Chance, you're the one who got the collar for Officer Candy.
Oh, okay.
And it's literally like a little vector image of a candy, like a Tootsie Roll wrapper.
Oh, I love
with
that.
Officer Candy on it. It's, as far as you're aware, the cat who is very familiar. It's been a few weeks, and you probably heard the story and kind of met him in the office in the security room numerous times. It's nothing odd about the cat, at least for what you can tell. But as you're holding it, it's trying to do that thing where it's like trying to wiggle out of your grasp.
That's sus.
Let's go down the line for Ash and Alar. What'd you guys get?
I got a 13.
13.
Perception.
13.
13.
9.
13 survival.
9. All right, I'm gonna roll a d20. Let's see what happens. This makes sense.
Should have got 3 13s.
Yeah, for those who got 13, probably some discussion with Ash. You know, you guys hang out, kind of know a little bit of their capabilities. You recognize the spell. As the flowers go out, you're like, okay, this thing should be blinded. You know? And the fact that it hit you get a sense like it was blinded and rammed into a car. But this blinded, the amount of time it is only for like a few seconds. So it headed in the direction that it thought it was going in, like it should be going into. And you start to follow a little bit of the trail of chipped paint that was scraped off. There was a soft bush that was like a bit crashed into, like something ran through it. Eventually you find this little trail leads you to the east side of Deferless, just where the wall and the floor meet. Heading to it, you can smell something sweet and sour. Looking down, there is a grate that is semi-ajar, leading into under the mall.
Hell. Does it look like he could even fit through it? Or like you could fit through it?
Very lanky.
He was a very lanky person.
I mean, I do have a crowbar.
I mean, I'm down to go in. I take off the giant hoodie and I have like a tank top that's, like.
I mean, we go underground all the time.
Ellen
We're
Ripley.
fine.
Yeah. No, let's go.
Tamara is going
Put
to
out the cigarette.
risk a brief party split to try to smuggle Officer Candy to stash him someplace.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's choosing sides between the cat and the weird credit card freak who just
cat
slipped
freak?
into the
I
sewer.
would choose the cat too.
But consider limited edition backpack.
But won't it
Die
die?
in there? He'll suffocate.
You can have
I
it
don't
like
think it can breathe.
you can have it like
Oh, like poking its head out?
yeah.
Can Officer Candy take a ride?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it can survive for 10 minutes in the bag, so if it ever comes to a point where like it's dangerous, just go.
I mean,
and
it
then-
can survive, but it will be like not breathing the whole. Like it'll be panicking and fearing.
Yeah.
It'll be
So
like, oh
it'll
no,
just,
I can't breathe for 10 minutes.
it's like
But it
what
pop
you
its
see
head out.
some
Secure
some
it.
cats head out.
So the head's sticking out. Okay. If Officer can, I'll attach the collar to the zipper pull.
There you go.
So just okay.
Yeah.
Officer can. Okay. No party split. Officer Candy's coming for the ride.
Guess we should catch up with them.
Running forward. I would say, Chance, you're like right behind Tamara, and Officer Candy, like in the back, is just sort of looking at you and just sort of bobbing a little bit. Eventually, all of you guys are able to convene towards this grate.
Below the neck is in another dimension.
Yeah, it's like the cats that swim. Like it's just doing this constantly within the bag. Do you guys go down into the grate?
Here, Chance. You're a strong lad. I hand you the
You
crowbar.
You said it smells sweet and sour.
It smells sweet and
Is
sour.
this where the portable holes go?
It smells like a mixture of grease and old soda.
Yep. It's
I take her
where the
crowbar.
holes go.
I take my
Do we
crowbar with both in hand, just pop it up.
Do we have a source of light?
You can probably.
Who doesn't have dark
things-
One of you probably has a cantrip.
Yeah. I've got dark vision.
Yeah, I
Three of
got
us are
dark vision.
tieflings.
Also, dark vision. I didn't choose light. I can light shit on fire.
I can.
That was my thought.
surge.
What would work in this situation?
Wait, do you not have dark vision? Yep.
Who doesn't have dark vision?
No.
Oh. I don't think we can.
Oh,
light the
you know what you
crowbar
can
on
do?
fire.
Someone is an artificer and can make a surface give a gleam, a bit of a light
Oh, yeah.
with
If
tinkering.
if we stop. Okay, so this is the worst moment to make one of us stop smelling like Gap Dream.
That's true too. That's very true.
But sure. I can imbue a
Give
tiny
me a foodie, turn me
non-magical
into a poster for the thing.
object. So, yeah, what's something Yap is wearing that would be, or maybe I'll make my backpack glow and like I can be a beacon unto Yapetus. You can follow me.
I suppose some sort of
Beacon
necklace
of
would be
adorableness.
appropriate.
What'd you say? Come on.
Some sort of necklace would be appropriate.
Would it shine enough? Is that bright enough that would it shine? Oh, 5 foot radius. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you're wearing, whatever, something you've got on, it now shines.
Awesome.
I'll say it's like on one surface of the necklace, so if you wanted to dim it or like turn it, you could just turn it around.
Flip it over.
Super smart. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, with Chance grabbing both crowbars, displaying his strength, able to lift this heavy grate. You can hear like quick, rapid movements.
He's on the run.
I'm gonna slap my
though.
new slap bracelet on. I'd be like, "Yeah, Dad got me after the thing, and I'm gonna feather fall down through the hole, and so I land nicely."
You're essentially casting Featherfall. You can target the rest of your party here.
Oh
as you
yeah,
guys are able to softly land from the surface into the bottom of this like underground cavern.
How spacious is this? Can we tell?
It is a 15-foot wide pathway with the middle 5 feet just sort of like a soft running river of oil grease, of smells like surge and coke, with like chunks of leftover like burger buns and chicken nuggets just sort of just sliding down. I'm sure everyone sort of keeps to the outer rim, sort of the 5 feet on each side, just not wanting to touch that.
I think Alara's debating on like setting it on fire just to see how big of a blaze it would be, but she's not gonna do that.
It's going to demolish half the town. Also,
I'm
watch out for the
debating back
alligator.
and forth with her.
I mean, we could stick the glitter in it and then just light a match, but let's not do that because we're in here.
Fair. It's too closed of a situation in case it gets out of hand. Not everybody's a tiefling here. We want to watch out for the fire situation.
I am gonna summon my unseen servant, but just because I feel like that could be useful if like we need to
Oh yeah, it's currently
send
trailing
someone
behind you,
waiting through. I think it lasts an hour.
which is perfect because it's not. You don't walk an hour. You are walking carefully, kind of northwards, like deeper up into the mall. You can hear the soft drips and flow of liquid and soft food just sort of sliding down. As you start to continue forward for about maybe 5-8 minutes or so, sort of a long walk in comparison, you start to hear the sound of like bone and flesh being grated against a stone. And then you start to hear, "Hey, Pia! Hey, Pia!" And you start to see the tubes that are releasing a lot of these like old food. These big copper tubes are just releasing things. There comes to a point that this passage starts to narrow. So like a 5-foot gap where he has to go one by one.
Where we have a gap of our own.
I'll take the lead.
Does remind me of the Illithid colony at the bottom of Moonrise Tower.
The grossness.
Gate,
It is a good.
but it's mall food.
Except that this one seems to be worshipping capitalism.
You see that there is a pit, something that would sort of stop a lot of like rodents and things right here. But it is filled with like the chunks of fur of a cat. Like there was a fight here, as well as numerous rodents, rats.
How is Captain Candy reacting?
You can hear that soft rumble of just sort of keeping quiet, but just angry about the situation.
All right, Captain Candy, I can't like speak with animals. I'm sorry. I don't know how to communicate with you. What does this mean? What do you want? Anyway, just
Softer.
yep, it is. You're good with animals, you know. Should I like let him out? Like, will he lead us? Or will
Maybe.
Will I just get him killed?
We should have
Yeah,
him on a
Tom.
leash if we.
May I attempt to understand him? In some capacity?
Yeah,
With the
animal-
I'm gonna
ability
take
of
him
the animal
out and
handler.
like hold him.
Roll me an animal handling check.
Me?
Sure.
Iapetus.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Take a look. That is a 13.
13. The cat's tail is currently underneath its leg. Its ears are down. It's comfortable with all of you right now, but it feels there's a mixture of fear and anger that you're catching from this cat, and it's not looking where you guys came from. It's looking ahead. I think with the 13, you get a sense that there's that feeling of fear and wanting to bolt, not away, but towards it. So it's kind of hard to determine exactly what this cat wants to do. You all sort of follow the eye of Officer Candy, and once again you hear that scraping of bone and flesh. Just
I think I'm gonna actually give Officer Candy to the unseen servant, so that like we can see his reactions better, and like if he needs to run and get away, he can, but he's not like in the muck. I don't know, just like a little more options.
You hear from beyond the little pit here is sort of this guttural.
No! Oh wait, I understand it now.
You see this creature that looks near blind, with an enlarged arm going to this enlarged hand with claws that is too large for its body, that's currently dragging behind it. A thin-looking, like, orange rat tail. These large floppy ears with what looks like to be like a purchased humanoid wig. So long black hair that clearly looks fake, like it was trying to imitate humanity or other races. It
looks like Chuck's hair or Charles's hair.
No, Charles had this gray hair that covered.
Oh, okay.
This thing is like a long woman's black hair. Just it runs a little bit with its 3 feet because the other one has to drag the large arm. Just I would like everyone to roll me a stealth check.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice. 20.
20.
21.
Ooh, yay.
21.
14.
14.
21 as well.
Oh my god.
19.
You guys are rolling heavy right now. This thing goes right here. You get a clear view. The fact that you have the light on actually doesn't catch its attention. You guys all sort of start to hush yourselves. And you even look at Officer Candy, who currently just has like this wide cat eyes. The pupils have grown a little bit, and there's no sound. This thing goes large incisors, both top and bottom.
You did mention that it is blind.
Yeah, I know.
No, just making sure it's not reacting to the light.
Oh,
Because
no,
it
no,
is
no.
blind completely.
Yeah, this is like, even with the light, it is currently like searching. You think if it had sight, it'd be able to see the light, but it's currently searching. And hear something drop in this piping. And starts to run in that direction.
I whisper, "What the fuck was that?"
Don't fucking know.
Did it fucking say APR?
I think so. That's not Chuck, right?
It
I mean, I know the man's ugly, but
that's-
goddamn.
Is it Tasha?
Maybe? Look at the
Does
cat.
any part of it.
Maybe that wasn't really Tasha we saw. I hope.
That's I don't maybe it's Ernie.
Oh God.
Ernie. All right, I'm going to try something, okay? And Chance has just learned how to do this, and he's never done it before. So he tries to think back and concentrate really hard on Ernie's name tag as he casts Locate Object.
You remember the name tag. Your pull on the weave crosses out, and you feel a ping. Straight, in the same direction you're going to, continuing straight. And you see, Alara, you're the one who asked. You see Officer Candy. Invisible Servant doesn't have that much of a strength. It's able to wiggle its way out, and it's doing that cat thing where like it's pressing against the wall, continuously looking at this piping, and is quickly running as fast as it can towards the end of the hallway.
I'll follow.
Ernie, we're coming!
Okay.
All right. So like the way you beat a really big APR on a store credit card is that you just pay it off right away, right? Like you don't even wait for the bill. Like you take the you get the card when you make a really big purchase, so you can get the discount for opening the card, and then you sign the paperwork and you take it home, and like you call and you pay it off like that day, and then it's like a battle of wits between you and the credit card company, and like you win and like you deserve that discount. I don't know how to apply that here. I'm just thinking out loud.
Well,
That's like all I know about APR.
Chance, I know that you're rushing towards the end of the hallway. I know we got word from Alara that she's doing the same. Right now, tomorrow, you're having sort of like this internal thought of like, fuck, what does this all mean? Starting to connect dots. Yeah. Does everyone else follow the two?
Yeah.
Yes.
I look at tomorrow and I'm like, we'll figure out the math later. Let's go. I get a hush
30%.
whisper.
30%.
We'll figure out what you guys find after a quick 10-minute break. And we're back, as you guys currently are following Officer Candy deeper into this underground catacombs where a lot of the sludge and leftover bits from the food court is released underground, passing by the sound of this guttural, almost like mutated rat-like creature just sliding its enlarged arm hearing these final speaks of APR from behind you. The 15-foot pathway you are running on, slowly the little trail of grease and soda start to dissipate, and now it's becoming just a full-fledged, like, now you have places to run, the full hallway, until finally the room starts to enlarge, and it's now almost the smell of leftover fast food is just permeating from this space. It's a larger area with numerous pipings along the ceiling, along the walls, near the floors, a couple of grates, almost making this almost makeshift river of leftover grease and soda. Officer Candy jumps over, like, nearly like a 5-foot jumps over like this little man-made river, and on a pedestal with a leg that looks like it was broken, slowly healed over time, but healed incorrectly, is the green, large, full orc form of Ernie, with numerous, like, wrappers next to his body, as you see Officer Candy immediately run to him, starts to hack up something, and like hacks up like a little piece, like a Cheeto, and Ernie goes, no Candy, it's not gonna work, and here's the taps of your footsteps as you kind of enter in this space. You see Ernie kind of take himself up, looks over to you all. Kids, oh, you didn't hurt yourself getting down here, right?
Ernie, no, we're okay.
Oh, man. Oh, so glad to see you.
Chance is gonna run up and hop over this.
Yeah. Go ahead and place
river of
yourself.
Goop.
Place yourself where you'd like to be. He slowly gets up. You see his leg is kind of bent at a different angle than it should be. He goes, it's been hard moving around, but he starts to stroke Officer Candy. I've been getting a little help.
Why are you down here? Or how are you down here?
What the F is happening? Tamara, by the way, I specifically didn't move all the way in. I'm like keeping an eye on the entrances and stuff.
You see, gets up. He goes, how long have I been gone?
2 weeks.
I'll call out the exact number of days.
Yeah, we tell him. He answers
You see,
truthfully.
his face just goes like full on 1,000-yard stare of like, oh wow, like he was not expecting that high of the number. He goes, okay, well, swallows and goes, I spoke to you, Chance, and went back to my office, and there was some person already there, going through my stuff, going through my mail, and I know he wasn't supposed to be down there in my office, so I started to struggle with him. Bit of a struggle, and it was some kind of spellcaster, and flung me away to a room just filled with rodents and rats, gnawing at my body. I broke bone, and starts to pet Candy and goes, luckily this little one found me, and I crawled myself out one of those pipes. Here I am. Down here ever since.
We're gonna get you out of here.
God, some strange things. Oh yeah.
So, like, what kind of person was it? Like a weird, skinny, charcuterie-eating person? And, what does this have to do with the parent-manager orgy that happened the night you went missing? And,
You lost me on
What?
that last one.
It's a long story.
He wasn't there for it.
Focus on the first one.
Yeah, he was skinny folk. Sort of.
Bad bangs.
I couldn't see his eyes. Yeah.
I don't know if Ernie is like the one to
Judge.
Like, no offense to Ernie, I don't think he's like the hairstyle guy. You know.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds like he has like a rock up his nostril because that's kind of.
He didn't talk to me, but he was rummaging through my mail. I haven't gone through it for the night, but I ended up. That's what I wanted to do. I grabbed a few pieces. I've been reading it over. It's a little concerning. And hands you all just pieces of paper that he tore away from his struggle 2 weeks ago.
Oh, and the third thing was giant rat monster with a gianter leg saying APR. We just saw that. Do you know about that?
No.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Starts to hand you a few documents. There is 1, 2, 3. There's 4 documents here. I'm going to ask, since we have Iapetus, Chance, and Ash close here, assuming you guys start to rummage through it. This might be fun. I'll leave it an option for you guys. What do you want to read first? By the way, Crash, you're muted.
Yeah. I'm gonna offer Ernie a cigarette. And I will. There's 3 of us close, and there's 4 pieces of paper.
Yeah, but you can always. This is just you guys reading it out loud, probably.
And my unseen
yeah.
servant can vary stuff in between if you need help. I don't know.
Yeah. He grabs a cigarette and he goes, "Oh, bubblegum," and thinks it's like candy.
No, Ernie, it's not bubblegum.
No,
You want gum?
No.
No, that's hard shit.
It's not
Here,
a pokey.
I give him my gum.
Chews on that. Oh, it gets the taste out.
Yeah. I'm supposed to be chewing the gum. We won't talk about that. It's fine. Just eat the gum.
What do you guys want to read first? There is documentation on zoning. There is there's a correspondence between 2 people. There is step 1, and finally there is a resume.
Kind of correspondence.
I'll take the resume.
Step 1.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not one of the 3 people.
In order of callouts, we'll say you said step 1, right? Was it
Yeah,
Laura?
No, I said correspondence.
Oh, correspondence. Okay.
Step 1.
You see, in order of called out, you see that, or you are all able to read this and sort of read to each other, as well as sort of presenting it to one another. Correspondence read. It is between 2 people, sort of wrapped up in this envelope, about slowly infiltrating via the major shops in the area, starting with the main center one, which is Tasha's. There is talks between start with the mall, then maybe the grocery stores, try the bowling alleys that are here, then the specialty stores, and then you could see like there's a list of how they're going to implement something.
And it doesn't like outline the credit card. It just says like to kind of like take them over.
It's less of like use the credit card and more like what we should hit first.
Okay.
It's like a hit list.
I relay that. To
Gotcha.
the
So
group.
it's like, let's start with Tasha's. They're the best option. People will respond well to that. And it's like, yeah, great. Then let's hit the grocery stores next because everybody goes there, kind of thing.
Yeah. They're going with like the most foot traffic is happening and then slowly moving their way down.
Okay. And then question for the DM. Does the grocery store that we heard about earlier correspond to this correspondence?
It is right
The, like
underneath.
ones that are starting.
Yeah, it is right underneath. And you can see like even with the timestamps, it's like, oh, that does match up. When these things were when the credit card was implemented, I heard that step 1 was also like in line in terms of what we're reading. There is ripped out like when Ernie was fighting with what you could assume to be Chuck. Something ripped, and you only get sort of half sort of discussion on this piece of paper for step 1. But it does say step 1, present the bonus and make Tasha keep her word. Flood the parking lot with Arcane and keep the pest control in check. Soon, no one's going to visit the mall. As long as we keep her to her word, she will not be able to afford the mall-wide raise for long, and soon the property will be up for sale. More steps to follow.
So we know now that it's a Chuck. That he was fighting with Chuck from the description, because you just name dropped him.
Yeah, I was like, you assume to be Chuck.
Right.
Is what I informed. Last thing you read on this step 1 is wait for our inside eyes and ears to tell us when to strike.
So they were getting rid of the cats just because cats scare away rodents, and the idea was they were pipering. That's not really that story. They were gonna flood the mall with rats. Okay,
Yes.
Wrong order. They, as part of this deal with Tasha, we don't totally know what she was getting out of the deal, but the contract said she had to give us snot-nosed teens a raise. But don't worry, because there's going to be increased business to the mall. But meanwhile, they were going to flood the mall with pests, scaring away business, so she wouldn't be able to afford, so she'd go out of business. But Officer Candy and his squad have been patrolling and getting rid of
His
the
royal
nice
lineage.
rats. Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially,
Cat Squad has been covering Tasha's ass.
Cat Squad has been covering
You did
Tasha's ass.
mention, and I believe at the very start of the session, you did mention that there was a bit of an infestation inside the mall itself. Something about the rats, I believe, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah. I think Gapadis, you also said the resume as the next one.
Yes, I would like to take a look at that.
It is a hiring form. Like it says wanted for a daytime security guard. You guys have been out, Ernie's been sort of doing double duty for a while, and so they wanted a daytime security guard. You see stapled to it is a resume it says Charles, and then in parentheses it says Chuck, and then it says his middle initial is E.
No.
I want somebody to clip that.
There are references in this resume. Like if someone had professional references, it says one of the references that this person has, Chuck has, is the CEO of Razzle and Tazzle, simply labeled Mickey Mouse, which I can officially say because of copyright laws. And below it, it says Stuart L.
That's slander.
And you see
That's slander.
Razzle and Tazzle has been italicized, just like the first letter, R-A-T. It's all been underneath your nose.
Reaper Chief is, the COO.
The final the final documentation that was now is going to be looked at in order is like these blueprints. You see that there is like property lines. Like someone went to like City Hall and pulled out like the property, the land that Tasha's Mall is built on, and there are some sticky notes and writing notation about zoning laws and how the mall was built on land that could be zoned for either retail or industrial. And industrial has been circled, and there are some notes about how this place would be perfect because of the neighboring dairy farms. And that's what you find.
They want cheese.
They want cheese. I don't want cheese. I can't process cheese. I'm a lizard. I don't
I'm
do
reading
dairy.
cheese again.
Is this the Mouse Mafia?
I had to figure out how
that
Lauren's
wants the
family was
cheese?
involved in all this.
I also needed somebody to clip that too. Somebody saying, "Is this the Mouse Mafia?"
It is. There was something off about the rats.
I mean, I'm a cat person, so Lauren
And-
says.
And I couldn't smell a rat because of the gap dream.
Yep.
Alara, as you say, and I'm a cat person, you hear wet footsteps. And you hear, well, you know the old saying, curiosity. And you start to see Chuck's form start to enter in this space that's softly illuminated by some of the pipings. Starts to snap bone. The flesh starts to bubble and grow. The hair pulling back as you see almost this enlarged, near 14-foot tall rat humanoid with this large whipping tail, these small little mouse-like ears. Let's go ahead and just show you. Might be easier that way. Right behind you, tomorrow.
Oh, roided out rat.
We see. He says, "You know the old saying, curiosity killed the cat."
I take a puff and I say, "But a cat's got 9 lives, bitch."
You see, he looks past you all towards, sort of towards Ernie, and goes, "This is great. 5 missing kids will surely damper Tasha's already waning reputation. I could see the headlines now. More claims. 5 missing kids. Tasha's lowest turnout yet. Making my job easy for me."
This might just backfire for him. It could turn into a FNAF franchise with the 5 missing kids instead.
Yeah, right. He goes, "Well, you bought a crew. That's fine." Gives this loud squeak through his incisors, and you hear numerous small bits of feet starting to move through the piping. And I would like everyone... Yeah.
Put your pants in your socks.
Yeah, start tucking them in real quick. Everyone, roll me initiative. And then I'll bring these guys to front too.
That is a 15.
Sorry.
8.
Let's get
10. What's with the 9s today?
Let's see here.
22.
Oh, nice.
22.
Dang, right?
I know, this never happens.
All right. We're getting our fights in. So apologies, I was getting our music set, but I'll go from left to right in terms of the map. Tomorrow, what'd you get?
17.
Okay. Alara?
10.
10. Let's see. Chance, I know you got an 8 for that roll. Iapetus?
15.
15. Not bad. Ash?
22.
22? Wow.
This never happens. This is all my dice luck for an entire year. So
Ernie and Officer Candy actually are in this initiative. They go last, so I'm going to give them initiative 1. So let's go ahead and roll for our... Yeah, let's use my blood dice. That'll be
Oh,
fun.
fuck, we're fucked.
Does Ernie look like he is unhealthy as far as his health goes?
In terms of like health pool, he is full. The only problem is that his leg healed incorrectly, and that's why he's been having such a hard time getting out. Because if you remember, there's like a pit he has to jump over. He has not been able to do that. Oh, that's why you're my blood dice. Okay.
oh no.
I'll take the shame on that one. I gifted those to him for Father's Day, and they rolled very well.
Oh, that's why you're my blood dice. Okay. Starting on the top, Ash, you're up.
Okay, I am see, closest to Chance. So I am going to straight off the bat come up to him and or no, I don't I don't have to touch. I'm going to look at him and I'm going to be like, the Rat Pack was a decent band. This is not that. And I'm going to give him Bardic Inspiration.
I always find myself agreeing with you.
And then that is a bonus action. For my action, I am going to cast Bane on Chuck E.
Yeah, because it's been so long and such a wet space down here, you weren't able to see the last name. Did begin with C though.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast Bane on him.
What's the range on Bane?
Let's see. I
might be
move
60
up.
feet. Yeah. He has 90
Yeah.
feet, so you can move 30 feet and get him.
30 feet is actually the range. So
Oh, 30 feet. Ooh.
I will. Yeah. Ooh, let me see. Let me see if I can move up that far. 5, 50, 5, 30.
Yeah, you can get that far, but then 30 feet would be right about here. You'd just be out of range.
So yeah, I'm gonna hold Bane then and dash for my. Or
Are you holding dash or are you holding the spell?
no. I'm gonna switch spells actually. I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna move and then cast Dissonant Whispers. So, I move up, and
Okay. You went up your full 30 or somewhere in the middle?
my full 30. I'm gonna get close to him so I can bane him as well. So full 30. Yeah, awesome. Oh, sorry, you moved.
all-
I moved.
It's all good.
Is he here? Okay. So then I will start like cheese is disgusting. More people are lactose intolerant than anything else in the world. It causes such pain and such odorous gas. And it kind of starts hissing out of me. And I'm talking about like just the grossest things about lactose intolerance possible as I cast Dissonance Whisper.
All right.
And
That's
it's
a
like,
save on.
it's like,
Is that a save on his part?
it is. So with a Wisdom 13 DC.
Okay. That's going to be 13 adjusted.
Okay.
Lands on
Yep. So he takes half psychic damage then.
All right.
Yeah. So that's 3d6. So 5 damage. 10 total. Half is 5.
You start to speak out your words, the magic of the weave going out as you start to speak about lactose intolerance. He reaches into like a fold flesh in this new enlarged form and just pulls out some cheese and eats it right in front of you, not fully caring. And as you finish your verbiage, he kind of like feels the psychic pain and recognizes it and goes, "You're the one who made me blind."
What's up, punk?
End of turn.
End of turn.
Chuck goes on all fours and does that like an enlarged rat scurrying about. On his turn, he is going to bonus action use his rat scurry to move a free 20 feet, not counting as his movement. He doesn't know how strong you guys are. Who knows? He's gonna then try to do a claw against you tomorrow. Okay. Well, I don't need to know your AC. Sorry. Natural 20.
Oh shit.
Unless anyone has anything against that. Like a silver barbs or something.
I do
I don't
now.
think my special armor is that special. Let me double check. Let me double
Out of
check.
silvery barbs.
If you want to spend a spell slot and use it, you have a
Yeah.
reaction.
I'll spend it.
I will not use my blood die. Okay. That's going to be a dirty 20, so you negate the crit. It's a hit. Also, who do you give advantage to?
Who's closest? You know, I'll give it to. She's also closest, but I'll give it to Ash.
All right. Ash gets advantage. Tomorrow, you take 6 points of slashing damage. As he claws against you. If you'd like to use your reaction, you can as well, because he's going to move past you.
Yeah. Oh, so that's then I'll save. I'll save that. Wait. This is the big guy, right?
This is the big guy. Yeah, Chuck right here.
Then actually,
You're also next
I'm
after
not.
this.
I'm not going to use the OA. I'm going to use my my hellish rebuke.
There you go.
So it's a dex save. For some reason it says DC 12 instead of 13. That's probably because it's from my species, not my class.
Yeah, because when it comes to race things, it's like a con thing. Okay, that's only going to be a 5.
Nice.
Roll poor on that. Should always stick to my blood dice.
Sorry, my dice are being slow. 11.
11 points of damage?
Yeah.
Incredible. Slashes
Fire,
by
of
you.
course.
You use your reaction as the claws cut through a bit of skin, licks up this matted fur of flesh and like fur, and
The secret death list just got less secret.
I think he stops turning his attention towards Ash and turns his attention towards you, and we'll end his turn there. Tomorrow you have your turn now.
Well, she's going to, without taking her eyes off the gross big rat she just singed, reach into the rust pocket of her mini backpack and pull out something fuzzy, because the pocket part is actually a bag of tricks. So she is going to confidently throw a fuzzy object at this thing, and it is going to turn into something. Possibly a rat. I'm going to roll on a table.
I was gonna say roll on the table. We'll see what it
Made
is.
a friend.
She knows it's going to be one of the impressive things. I'm less confident. That's why I'm not her. That's why she's the queen, and I'm just role playing as her. All right, here we go. I rolled a 5. Higher is better. 5 is a giant goat.
All right.
That is probably the weird. Okay, so now I have to look at the monsters listing for giant goat. It follows to see if I'm going to use my bonus action on commanding this or on my homunculus. What attack does it have?
I'm sure it has like a ram attack.
Yeah, we're going for it.
I do not have a goat, but the closest thing I have is kind of this strange-looking bear. So we're gonna use this in exchange
Awesome.
for the goat.
As a substitute.
It is a limited edition cheetah print giant
That's
goat
true. Yeah.
with rust-colored horns. Very chic. And so for my bonus attack, for my bonus action, I'm going to tell it to attack the rats. Which the wording of it says I can use my bonus action to give it general orders, which I think means I don't have to use
Yeah.
every turn.
The smaller
My
rats or
bonus
Chuck himself?
Oh, you know what? For this, I will say Chuck himself. I was gonna say the little ones for Tammy Jr., but I think I will tell the goat because he's a giant.
All right. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
My giant shade goat. Right, because now it's the goat's turn, right?
Yeah,
Go right
you're telling your bonus action to have it attack. So go ahead and roll me an attack for that giant goat.
So its attack is gotcha. What is its roll?
Yeah. Action to summon it. Bonus action. Go hit it, and that's what's gonna do.
Oh, +5 to hit.
There you go.
So I'm just gonna roll a d20 and we'll add the 5 because I don't. So 16. Does a 16 hit?
Ooh, let's see. 16 does hit.
Nice. Do you want me to roll? Yeah. So then that's. So it needs to do a DC 13 strength save to not be knocked prone, and I'm gonna roll 2d4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And max damage, 8 bludgeoning damage.
It rolled an 8, so it's not knocked out. It's not knocked prone. But the goat reels back, does that like tapping of the hoof, and rams
Wait,
forward.
It failed to save? Can it not? It can't be knocked prone.
It's not knocked prone, but it hits in the middle of the sternum where Chuck is, and coughs up a piece of cheese.
Ew. The goat will eat that when it has a chance.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Goats. While looking Chuck in the eye. With goat is so perfect. The goat is so perfect for a tiefling. Like they've got the creepy eyes. This is
And the matching horn.
everything about this. This is maybe like one of my top 10 combat turns of D&D of my life.
Action to summon.
whatsoever.
Bonus action to hit. Any movement.
Let me double check. Yeah, can I get over this river with just movement? I would need to like jump, right?
You could
Is it
wade
toxic?
through it. No, it's not toxic. It's just gross.
Oh wait, I'm adjacent to Chuck though, so
You
I'm
are,
not gonna
though.
move.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good where I am.
Iapetus, you're up.
After seeing the whole plan revealed of the whole displacement thing, stealing property essentially through nefarious means and whatever, Argus is surprisingly fairly upset because they hate moving around due to circumstances outside of their control, losing friends, connections, etc. So what they're going to do is do 5, 10, pull out the javelin from their bag, toss it at him. Unfortunately, I cannot apply reckless attack for this, so it's going to be with disadvantage. But let's see how that goes. If only to distract him, really. That's going to be this one. Disadvantage. It is a 1, I believe. Yeah, it is a natural 1, but it whizzes past him, or hits him and bounces off.
Goes up and sinks right into the little man-made sludge. Just sort of sticks out.
Then they're going to do 15, 20. They're going to pull up their jacket, showing off their fancy tattoos that they got. The claw ones. Essentially just claws trailing across their arms. And they're going to address Jock and tell them that their family subscribes to a vow of not drawing blood with tooth and claw. But they give zero shits about that. So, 25, 30, this is essentially going to be a taunt for them. So why don't you make like TDs and bounce?
Clip that. All right. Any bonus actions actually? Because I think we had your action to
The
throw
bonus action
movement.
would be the rage.
Would be the rage.
And I'm choosing half of the beast, claw.
Awesome. Raging right now, sort of intimidating Chuck or trying to get his attention currently, having spit up a piece of cheese from a ram from a horn. It will now be the giant rat's turns. Actually,
Now, Before we proceed, though, for the sake of keeping track of everything, the reason why I tossed the javelin at him is because I had to make an attack. I couldn't reach him in time, and my rage would end early if I don't attack anything.
Oh, don't worry, you'll have your chance.
Sure.
Mainly because I'm going to use Chuck's 1 per round legendary action.
No, but
Let's
Better
see
if you
here.
use it on me.
Okay. There it is. Okay. I would like Iapetus, go ahead and make me a con save.
Absolutely. That is a 17.
17. Double check my own math. Perfect. 17. Where's my other D4? There it is. You take 4 points of poison damage. That's already halved. It was 8. As Chuck inhales, you start to see the bony, slightly sinewed, muscular, like it's like a very sickly body that has like muscle underneath the bones that can be seen in like almost pulsing. The lungs start to enlarge from Chuck. He pulls back. You see the ears almost alight a little bit. A straight line of noxious, like it smells like old cheese, wafts in your general direction. Some of it enters in your throat, taking that 4 points of poison damage as he is breathing heavily after exhaling so much. But that was his legendary action. It's now the giant rat's turns. Okay.
Amara, stay safe.
I will try.
Oh, good. Okay, great.
No.
Yes. Incredible. Oh, I can't. Let's go after the big one.
I did not see that you could reach Iapetus.
First,
Good.
we're gonna do an attack on. We're gonna go from left to right. So Tamara, these rats, and everyone else starts to notice the one as they start to get closer. They're almost like a chihuahua. They're fairly large.
Big ass.
In addition to that, as they run,
Seen
Like
rats
they're-
that large.
underbelly is dripping this black ichor. Some of their eyes are kind of lazy and going like back into their skull. Some of them have chipped and incised teeth that are like almost like razor blades. These things look diseased.
Yeah, okay. Even as a New Yorker, that's pushing it. The Chihuahua size is like whatever, but
Instead of squeaks,
That's
you
subway
hear
rats.
a soft squeak of "Apia, Apia" from all of these rats. Chuck looks, goes, "Yes, Apia. Oh, praise Ratkin." I thought of everything, folks. A bite on you tomorrow.
well, it's
Oh, okay. Hold on. A 13 to hit.
nope. Not with my fancy arcane armor.
All right. One's going to try to attack. I'm not sure if your goat has any AC or HP. But I think it is still a creature that's physical. It can be attacked.
Yeah, it has an armor class of 11 and it has 19 hit points.
Okay. Way over the AC rolled right now. So it's only going to take...
I bet I have to keep track of this now.
Takes 3 points of piercing damage as the rat jumps, starts to snap on it. The goat has to kick it off. The ram or goat, whatever decided.
Goat.
I wonder if it has to do this. Because it is sort of a summon. I guess it is considered a creature that's been summoned. Have the goat roll me a con save.
Well, Stats. Okay, it's got a +1. Let me just look at the bag of tricks text. Friendly to me. Yeah, it doesn't. Give God doesn't have it. Okay. So +1. I'll just roll a d20 and roll 20.
All right.
So that's an 11.
Totally fine. Succeeds. 2 attacks on you, Alara. First
Has it
one.
already been a next round, or is it still the same round?
Same round. We haven't hit the end of the round yet.
I can't reaction then.
No, you cannot. Natural 1 for the first one.
Didn't it?
That's going to be a 13 to hit.
Just hits.
Okay, another 3 points. It's the lowest I can do of piercing damage. I need you to make me a con save.
We're gonna need rabies shots after this.
Con save? Yeah, we're gonna do a couple things. Oh, be good.
And it's the 90, so we're gonna get the long ones.
Okay, 16.
16. You succeed. Nothing additional there. So you did take the 3 points
Yeah.
of pierce damage. 1 on you, Iapetus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not good. An 8 to hit.
That misses.
And that's the turn of these giant rats. I would say this one probably had to dash to get to you, Chance, so he didn't even have a chance to even attack at this round. Laura, you're up.
Trying to make sure nothing is in 15 feet of me.
Like other than creatures?
Yeah, I don't want...
Ash is within 15 feet, and so is Iapetus.
If I move over this way and stay in their melee range, could I not get her within 15 feet?
Still within 15 feet. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to use one of my tattoos, but it says within 15 feet.
Is it creatures you can choose, or just all creatures?
Good question. Hold up. It says a creature you can see, so I guess I
a
could...
creature. So it's a singular, not
Okay.
all. Yeah.
She's fucking pissed that she got bit, so she's gonna light a match on her thigh across her tattoo, and she's gonna use the coiling grass tattoo, and one of those things, preferably the one that bit her, has to make a strength saving throw. DC
All right.
14.
These things got a -2. Okay. That's going to be 14 on a die. -2 is a 12.
Oh, you just failed. So 3d6. I'll roll it.
Okay.
Hold up. Nine points.
9. The coiling tattoo. What does it look like?
It's the snake tattoo, so that's why she lit a cigarette match
Oh,
across
that's so
her
rad.
thigh. And then it just flares out into like these inky tendrils.
Snakes eat rats.
Yep.
That's what this thing does. A flaming snake reaches out from your leg as this inky flaming tattoo engulfs the rat. Doesn't have that many HP and is engulfed. Gone.
And then she lights her cigarette.
Any bonus actions?
I don't think I could use one. Hold up. One thing.
Do you have a quicken spell?
I do.
You can spend sorcery points and
Wait.
sorcery point.
Have
Do
to
that.
double check. So I know I took the one where I switch, and then I think I took...
First time as a sword. No, second time
No,
as a sorcerer.
No, I didn't. I took Transmuter and a Twin spell, so no. we're
Okay.
good.
Then unless you have a bonus action, let me know. But if that's not the case, we're going to move on to the next character. Chance, you're up.
Okay, seeing this rat creature come up to him, he is going to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Hunter's Mark.
He takes out his maul ball and slams it into the rat that is getting in his way. That is with an 11 to hit.
On these rats, that does hit.
All right, thank goodness. With that damage roll coming to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage.
Damn.
It is a full Gallagher show as you bring it down and just a small puddle on the floor.
We're going to get you out of here. Do I have to move to this spot to be able to grab him, or am I already next to him?
Yeah, we could have said that you were right next to him to grab him. We don't have to cost movement, and you could begin it here.
All right, I'm going to drag him 15 feet this direction.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... Seeing Iapetus being attacked by one, I'm going to... use my action surge.
All right.
Take out a different one of my beads, pop them into a full-size maul ball, and chuck it at the rat on him.
Go for it.
$13 to hit.
13 hits.
I can't Hunter's Mark this one because I use my bonus action to cast it, so the damage is only 9 damage.
9 damage. Iapetus, you are facing this enlarged rat, this infected rat, as a
rodent of unusual size.
And knocks it out. You hit it so hard, Chance, that it flings to the end of the room, splats against the wall, and just does that cartoonish fall, like the slide of.
As I'm dragging Ernie, you can see that his embroidery on the back of his letterman of ogre strength starts to glow. That says Captain 01. That he finally got embroidered onto his letterman jacket.
Yes.
And that is the end of my turn.
I think Ernie would have been like, I don't think you can lift. Okay. And immediately you start to lift him up. So, question for the party now. Do we want, and I can't tell you what happens, but do you want Ernie to go, or do you want Captain, Officer Candy to go?
I would like Ernie to go. But anyway, what do you think?
Yeah, this is a party decision.
No, this is my opinion.
I think Officer
My
Candy.
vote is for.
Oh, it was between Officer Candy or not the boss. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh yeah, no, we'd rather a good guy go than a bad guy. Agreed with you there, Whit.
Yeah. Okay, then my vote, if it was between those two, then it'd be Officer Candy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the cat.
All right.
The cat.
The cat.
We're going to roll digitally a d6,
The kitty cat.
a 1.
Oh.
You see running out one of the pipes here. One of the many cats, doesn't always have to be a tabby, come out of the piping and sees, because again, as you remember walking through this pathway, this sort of hallways, that there were like bodies of rats and like cat fur patches, like there was a fight happening. Fight never ended. And this cat will use its movement and its dash to go as quickly as it can
Odd squad.
to there. Back to the
World
top.
War Cheese.
Ash, you were up.
All right, so I'm going to first move. Okay, trying to pick. I'll go this way. What? 5, 10, 15. And I will touch my bestie on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cast enhance ability, and I will say, you know how that weird coworker of you is always saying, be like bear? Be like bear today. And you get 2d6 temporary hit points and advantage on constitution checks.
Checks.
So that's my action and half of my movement. Then I am going to... I want to save my bonus action for Hellish Rebuke in case I get hit, so... And
I think Hellish
am
Rebuke
within
is a reaction.
Oh, it is, so I still have a bonus action.
Yeah.
So then I am going to move over 5, 10, 15 to Iapetus. And
Hi.
I'm going to say, you are going to rock this and give him a bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
And that will be my turn.
Incredible. At the end of your turn, Ash, I would like the ram or the sheep. I'd like that to make me con save, please.
Which I was just noting in chat. It's weird that the stat block gives me the giant goat's proficiency bonus, but does not give me anything that it has proficiency in.
I can probably jump in there. See.
Is proficient in everything.
Yeah, the best kind
It
of
is a
goat.
high society.
So
It's the
that's
high society
an
goat.
8, assuming it has no proficiency in con saves.
Unfortunately, does not have any proficiency in con saves. An 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means Chuck is going to once again breathe out this noxious fumes of cheese. The giant goat takes 7 points of poison damage.
Fill up.
Chuck's
One
turn.
stubborn hit point left.
Oh, that's the best type. Chuck is going to use his rat scurry. Once again, able to move half his movement without opportunity attacks. To get here.
Power.
Getting close to this cat, you start to see Chuck start to sneeze. As you saw him in the morning's announcement, as is going to attempt to claw at you, Ash, with disadvantage. Oh, blood dice coming in clutch. That's going to be a 14 to hit. Okay.
Yeah. Ouch.
Ooh, that's going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
Alrighty. I would like to hellish rebuke.
Go for it.
I'm like, you cheap, ratty ass motherfucker. Chip. Oh man, that's a beautiful 3d10 I get to roll for that guy. I do love me a hellish rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke is 3d10? Damn.
So good.
I never believed
So
in its
yes,
power.
that's
Yeah, I don't
That's
think I
pretty
rolled enough
good.
for mine.
this is cast at second level.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but mine
Wonderful.
should have been.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, but yeah, 3d10 is 22 damage. So yeah.
Oh my god. 22, you said?
Yeah, I got 2 10s and a 2. It's a beautiful day.
I somehow only rolled 2d10. I don't know why.
If you did it at first level, I think that's why.
Yeah, but I
Chuck,
only get one per day, so sorry.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
the end of it for sure.
Chuck is engulfed and has to like drop to a knee. A lot of that fumes of like old rotted cheese start to go away. Chuck's barely hanging on. Not looking good. Tamara, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to go with the. Yeah. I'm going to stay where I am and use my armor's lightning launcher on Chuck. Which is a
Armor
ranged-
artificer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a 90-foot range attack. A gem-like node appears on one of my armored fists. So that... Let me roll that attack. That's a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Seven lightning damage.
Tamara, please go ahead and describe as your armor. What is your armor?
So it started out as a normal, non-magical breastplate that, like, I just bought from the shop with my employee discount. Like, it was not expensive because it's not even really like it's not even really what Warforged used exactly. Like it's so I got a really good deal on it, and I've been like messing around with it in my spare time, and I've managed to find a way that it like deploys from like my now much larger necklace. I used to wear the like Tiffany bean, and now I have kind of a chunky collar, and it deploys into a helmet. And it actually, rules as written, covers my entire body because it's magical. It's not just mechanical.
This
it is
aura of
Arcana
lightning
tech.
emanating from the breastplate just
Yeah, and it looks like a mithril catsuit. It's very Michelle Pfeiffer. It's the 90s. It looks like Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman suit, like but liquid metal. Like it's got the stitches for no reason.
like we've seen in like those old like Bill Nye the Science Guy of where it's like electricity and static jumps from one end to the next. We see and then you hear that one sharp static bolt that strikes forward over your giant goat across like the horns into Chuck.
Yeah,
as
I
he's
cleared the goat.
just the huffs continue as he goes to one knee, looks up at like Iapetus and Ash and this cat. The breath starting to slow down till finally the cat just sort of jumps on it and starts to claw as he falls down. Just still shocking. The body just reacting due to the electricity going through the nerves. Chuck is down.
And Tamara says to Officer Candy, you know, I want to say I'm sorry I doubted you, but actually, you're welcome that I knew how special you were.
You all see much like a patron and a warlock where there is a clear connection, these diseased rats start to bubble like almost like pustules on the body until finally they start to pop like balloons. Some of you have to you see the growth starting to happen, seeing something bad's going to happen. You just have to turn slight bit of like viscous blood and bone cover you a little bit as we are out of initiative.
Nice.
The camera had looked really cool, and then she goes, "Oh my god!" and she hurls when the rats bubble and explode.
I have never been happier to have an ability to hold my breath for 15 minutes at a time.
Oh,
Yes. Nice.
so cool.
Ash's casting prestidigitation is like second time today. Ew, ew, ew.
This is almost as bad as seeing my parents the rave.
Ernie has an arm over you, Chance, as you're currently helping him, almost being the crutch. And I'm sure, Lapis, you're a strong individual too. You sort of go to the other end, sort of leading him in, holding the papers.
As we all make our way back towards the group, Chance takes out his ORC supplement, kind of locks eyes with Alara, and looks down at it, and then instead offers some to Ernie. You need your strength back.
Good. I haven't had anything but fast food for the past 2 weeks.
That's not good. Let's get you out of here.
Vitamins, supplement. I need vitamin D. As you're currently walking. Oh yeah.
Amusingly, is, I believe, a main ingredient of the rat poison.
Yeah.
How poetic. A little bit. You start to walk. Fiddles through his things, and he had all his equipment with him when he was a security guard when he was fighting 2 weeks ago with Ernie. Reaches into his pack, pulls out 2 pairs of a walkie-talkie, so two walkie-talkies, and hands you guys one. Whoever would take it and goes, I've been reading the notes over and over again. I'm thinking that's all I could do. Think about it. this guy took over my office, then he had more mail to go through. And
Wait. He like knew stuff about Lawrence's dad or uncle or whatever, who used to be a mailman.
he points at one of the papers and goes, mentions an inside person. Someone who works in the mall, someone who knew, where the security office was, and where, how to attack and how to plan all this. Someone has insider knowledge. And starts to go through some of the notes and goes, you told me that all the adults were at a rave? So they weren't keeping an eye out on the mall.
We also have a ton of new employees randomly.
It would have been a few weeks. It's not like random. It's like
Okay.
kids from school got hired. Plus, it's
Yeah, but
summer
they got
break.
hired after the guard.
Yeah, they
disappeared.
got hired after the rave though.
He goes, I don't think the inside person is a adult or a manager. I think it's one of the employees.
Fucking Monica.
Hands you
I don't.
walkie-talkie. I'm gonna go through my office. We can't let this inside guy know that we know. Act natural. If there was a way we can investigate them all at once, that would be ideal.
Ernie, I think you should go home first. Have a salad in the sun. Get your leg looked at by a proper cleric.
I'm not a salad
Hang
person,
out
but that
with
sounds
us.
great.
Yeah, maybe like a hospital even, or like
Yeah.
we're kind of looking for you. Like
No. If he
in
goes
a
to the
good way.
hospital, whoever's behind the whole organization is probably going to know.
Yeah,
They have the
see him
whole
alive.
town under their
Yeah. Tamara, doesn't your family have a private cleric that comes sees you when you're sick? That's maybe, we can help Ernie front the bill for.
Well, yeah, sure, but now I don't know if we trust.
Your parent.
Like,
Well,
Yeah, okay, I mean, who knows how deep this goes? Right now, the only person I trust, honestly, is Lawrence, because he's such a conspiracy nut. I don't trust
It's
Lawrence to do
true.
anything right, but, I trust him to not be in on it.
You see, Ernie looks to you and goes, I think for now, for safety reasons, act natural. Keep an eye out. Keep an ear out. If anyone looks suspicious, keep an eye. If you have any prior engagements that you agreed to upon, stick to them. Everything is okay. We'll find out who this is.
I guess
Time
we're
is
going
it.
to a party.
Smell like ass. We cannot go to Monica's like this.
We'll take a bath before.
Prestidigitation.
I'm taking a
I
I
bath.
can smell myself. I'm like,
We can smell like roses in no time. It's a cantrip. But also, the movie theater, since it's disused, and probably nobody has gone there for a while, that's probably where we can put him in. Maybe in the,
In the
camera booth
abandoned
up there.
theater. Yeah.
Did
Yep.
you hear that, the guy running the theater was having an affair with
I also heard that.
I just heard that, and apparently people have been talking about it for weeks, and I was the last person to hear.
I mean, freaking Obi knew, and no one talks to her, so I don't even know how the hell she found out.
Our vision pulls back as you guys start to talk more about, little rumors happening in the mall, placing Ernie in the abandoned theater, sort of keeping him stable there. There is an exit door he can step outside when no one's there just to catch some rays and feel a little bit more healthy. You guys can bring him stuff from the food court or from elsewhere. You guys are nearing the end of your lunch hour as you start to prestidigitate, clean up, go back to the rest of your day. Tonight is where a lot of employees are going to, which is Monica's party. Our vision
Did
pulls
I
away.
feel like Monica was being too nice when she invited us, or am I just weird about Monica?
She informed you that she was there in the party when you guys went outside to fight Oscar, who Oscar's been a total dick to everyone at
Let's check
school.
it out.
Yeah. And she was like, hell yeah, I want these guys to come. That was sort of the impression you got, where she was just like, yeah, of course.
We earned our invite.
Yeah, you earned your invite.
All right.
Yeah.
Our vision pulls back as you guys go back to your individual shops, back into the grate, under the sewers, where numerous dead bodies of rats that are currently being tossed around by cats, all led by Officer Candy, and the enlarged, just gross form of Officer Chuck, former mall Officer Chuck, and the numerous folds where he kept the cheese. You see that there is a black walkie-talkie. As you hear, at least for the audience and our players here, Chuck, report! Did you find the ones who are following you? Shh! Pull up the tapes. We might have a problem. And that's where we're going to end part 2 of Tasha's Mall of Everything.
Yay.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Fabulous.
Chance to clap now. Not really.
Yeah. I'm going to go one more round just real quick, just so that we can get some last minute plugs. Crash, where can people find you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Crash Pixie. I am a whimsical potter. I do fan art mugs a lot, and you can find me at dragonflyartwork.com.
And to Wit, Como, and Asteria, where can people find you guys?
StrangerPod.com,
StrangerPod.com.
Oh, yeah.
as well as Roll for Impact on YouTube.
Wonderful. And of course, you can always catch me and Amber here in Arcane Focus D&D. Thank you so much for joining us for part 2. Let's get ready for part 3 now. See you guys then. Bye.